on mobile phone? Will the car's battery run out?
Can they go in car washes?
Got questions about owning an electric car? Get the answers at goultralow.com.
At Wix, there's 15% off every product this Easter. But it's a holiday. Introducing the Buy Now, Do It Later sale. Starts Friday. Wix. T's and C's apply.
Range Rover Evoque is at home at the city's most stylish addresses and in the countryside's wildest destinations. It can cross continents and take 5 friends to the theatre. And it might even save you money. Buy and register any new Evoque before April the 1st and you'll avoid the rise in vehicle excise duty. You won't just beat the tax increase, you'll drive away with a brand new registration plate. Range Rover Evoque from just £30,760 subject to availability. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Hello, I'm here at a McDonald's drive-thru with Steve, who witnessed something legendary. What happened?
I was just driving when I saw a guy eating a crispy-coated chicken breast fillet with delicate peppery notes in a bakehouse roll.
And then?
I hurried over to this drive-thru and I've been trying to decide which sauce to have.
Smoky barbecue, surely.
With your choice of cool mayo, hot and spicy mayo or barbecue sauce, experience the Chicken Legend range at McDonald's. Served from 10:30am, subject to availability, participating restaurants only.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
Good evening, I'm Serena Farrow. The diplomatic row over the Salisbury spy poisoning has taken another turn, with Russia announcing the expulsion of 60 American officials from its country. Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov's been outlining the moves they're taking.
They include expulsion of the equivalent number of diplomats, and they include our decision to withdraw our agreement to allow the United States General Consulate to operate in St. Petersburg.
Well, the US State Department says the expulsions aren't justified. Meanwhile, doctors say Yulia Skripal's health is improving rapidly, but her father's condition is unchanged. Shareholders at British engineering firm GKN have accepted a takeover offer from Melrose. It's worth more than £8 billion. A 3-year-old boy has died after being hit by an articulated lorry as he crossed a road in Dorset. He was with his family when it happened in Wareham earlier. Police say 2 18-year-olds who died in a road accident in Hampshire may have been lying at the scene for 7 hours before the alarm was raised. Officers think their car came off the road and crashed into trees in Basingstoke on Tuesday evening. A member of the public then reported it to police in the early hours of the next morning. It's been revealed the Home Office doesn't have a record of 600,000 people who should have left the UK. A report by the immigration watchdogs revealed errors in the government's exit checks programme. Former chief executive of the Immigration Advisory Service, Keith Best, has told talkRADIO it's not about what happens at the border.
I'll have a decaf cough, and I know it sounds ironic. I'll have some water, please.
Not people who entered illegally, but people who entered legally, as visitors say, and then just overstayed their welcome.
And NHS prescriptions for some over-the-counter remedies like paracetamol and cold treatments have been cut. We're being told it'll...
Can you talk?
Shall we? Yeah, right. I just want to do this, and then I don't want to talk about it anymore, okay? So we're going to talk about what happened to me today, this evening, and then we'll get on with the show. Again, bearing in mind, it's the only 2 more shows where we're taking phone calls. We talked about this briefly last night, and it's in some of the papers today. From Monday, no phone calls. It just got too tense last night. People were being very needy and being very entitled and speaking to my therapist and stuff. And he said, just get rid of the phone calls. Get rid of the phone calls. You don't need the stress. So for my own mental health, we're getting rid of the phone calls from Monday. So today, been a busy old day. I was on Good Morning Britain this morning with Kids Bop. Kids Bop. Kids Bop? The Kids Bop are great. They're these kids. And they bop. And basically they do like all the raunchy adult songs, all the pop songs about, doing it and give it, all of that stuff. But they take all of the rude lyrics out, which I think is brilliant. Because the number of times my kids have been singing filth. Absolutely. My youngest singing Holler, one of the lesser-known Spice Girls songs. It's about Let Me Take You to My Fantasy Room and all of that.
Daddy, what's a fantasy room?
Exactly. It's just a room with lots of Lego. So it was Kids Bop, and they were really nice. And then I got trolled online, because I danced with them. And I got trolled online, and people were using the phrase dad dancing. I'm a dad, and I dance. Here's something you probably don't know. I was actually trained. I'm a trained dancer. When I did my performing arts degree 20-odd years ago, a year of that was studying dance in Paris, okay? Now, admittedly, I found other things to occupy my time in Paris. So it wasn't an intense year. It wasn't the intense year of dance training that it was supposed to be. But I trained with some of the masters. I sat in on some of the lessons by some of the French masters. Anyway. So actually, I'm a really good dancer. So the comments and stuff were vile, but it was nice. Loved doing it. Ben Shepherd today. Love Ben, one of the nicest people in show business. Susanna Reid high-fived me. It was good fun. And then because when I do Good Morning Britain, I only get they put me up in a hotel. So I finish here at 1. They put me up in a hotel, and I was in bed at 2, and I knew I had to be up at 5. That's 3 hours. I was still awake at 2:30. So I was looking at 2.5 hours sleep, right? And I woke myself up. It was at 4:45. I woke myself up. I was having a nightmare. And honestly, this is how I woke myself up. Ah! Like that. Honestly, I woke up screaming like that, bellowing. Because I was having such a bad nightmare. So I didn't have much sleep, okay? So did Good Morning Britain with very little sleep and too much caffeine, right? And then I had a couple of hours to go home and sleep. And I couldn't sleep. I was wired on caffeine. I'd had about 4 coffees. I was off my nut. It was like the 90s, guys. But without the gurning or the pornography, right? So I hadn't had I got about 35 minutes sleep. In fact, no, it was exactly 35 minutes sleep, because I remember looking at my watch, and then I had to go. Anyway, and then, because I'm looking for, places to live and stuff like that, I'm just kind of looking around. I don't know where I'm going to live. I'm just looking around. And someone suggested that I might like, not Milton Keynes itself, but some of the villages, the satellite villages of Milton Keynes, right? I don't want to live in Milton Keynes. Nothing against it, apart from the fact it's a horrible place. But some of the satellite villages, and I used to work up in Milton Keynes 22 years ago, and so I know some of the villages, and they're really lovely. So I was having a look around, right? Now, here's the thing. So I'd had 2.5 hours sleep, and I've had 3 hours and 5 minutes sleep, right, since yesterday's show. I'm driving around, I am shattered, and I catch myself falling asleep, and I think, right, no, this is no good. You need to get out, and you need to go and have another coffee, right, which is not a good position to be in. So I stopped at this village, and there was a lovely little boozer. I don't drink it, of course, but I went in there, and they were doing coffee, and they were doing proper. This is what you don't get very often these days. A proper ploughman's lunch. Now, ploughman's lunch is basically an unmade cheese sandwich. I know, but you don't get them anymore. You used to get them all this place had it. Beautiful, little bit of pickle, lovely bit. It was great. It was nice. But I was still feeling a little bit, because I'd eaten a load of cheese and bread, I was feeling a little bit stuffed and still feeling a little bit sleepy. And I thought, well, I might as well have a look around this village. I'll go for a little wander. And I was talking to the young lady behind the bar, and I kind of said, I'm looking for places to live and stuff. And she said, oh, well, this is a nice place. You don't really get many properties coming up. It's quite old. You wait for someone to die. I said, okay, was there any way I should be looking around? Is there anything to see here? She went, well, and this is like the start of a film or something. This is, looking back on it now, this was like my, not Texas Chainsaw Massacre, God, that would have been awful. No, American Werewolf in London. It's like that bit, right? She says, well being the operative word. She said, there used to be a church here, right? That it used to, apparently, like druids and like black magic and all that stuff used to go on. Apparently, the church is still there, but there's a graveyard. And she said, it used to be like 100 years ago, black magics and the Knights Templar and all that stuff used to do stuff there, right? It's like, oh yeah. And she said, but it's a really nice little sort of graveyard, nice little church, really old church. It's really small, one of the smallest churches in the country. And round the back of it is a wishing well. Dun dun dun. So I went and had a look at it, right? And I was walking around, I was looking, and it was nice. And there's a well, right? There's a well. There's a well. Anybody? There's a well. So I'm stood at this well, right? And I've got a 20p piece. I thought I'm gonna make a little wish, because things have been with my mental health and the marriage, and things haven't been great, right? I thought I need a bit of luck, right? 20p, and this is what I do, and you've seen me do this, Kath, and you told me off for this, and I should, right? I don't throw the coin into the well. I toss it. The old-fashioned toss. I toss it, because I think it looks stylish. I think I saw Frank Sinatra do it in a film, right? So I did that. I tossed it and I made a wish, and I heard the coin chink on the side of the well, right? I thought, all right. So I looked in. And it's there. It's stuck about. See, I want to say like 3 foot, but it was probably about a foot. The coin is stuck down the side of the well. It's lodged in the moss, right? And the wish doesn't count if it don't touch the water. The coin gotta touch the water. And it was the only coin I had, and I was like, So, what I did. I'm such an idiot. I'm so embarrassed. Right, what I did, first of all, was I tried to lean over, and I couldn't quite reach it by leaning in head first. You'd have loved this, Kath.
Oh, God.
You'd have loved this. Right. But there's the rope. There's no bucket, but there's the rope hanging down, right? And I got a hold of the rope, and I'm testing it. I'm pulling it and going, I think that's going to take my weight, right? So I got a hold of the rope, and I tried to just go down feet first. I fell into the well.
Why would you hold the rope? You know that goes down. Absolute plum.
Oh, God! Right?
You're 44.
Don't. This is the most embarrassing thing. Actually, it's not the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. So I fell down the well. Now, first things first, right, I got down there and I went down feet first and I was holding on to the rope.
You didn't bang your head.
Holding on to the rope. I did, I got a scratch right in the back there. Went straight down. Now, here's the thing. Old wells don't have a lot of water in. The water's drained away, right? The water's drained away. But it went up to just below my knees. And I landed on my feet, like that, right? And I just had my Chelsea boots on. And my right foot just kind of buckled under me. I thought, oh God, I've broke my bloody foot. And of course, you don't take the boot off in those instances, because if you take the boot off, foot swells, you can't get it back on. So I left it on. It wasn't broken, but it flipping hurt. And it was up to my knees. And I was thinking, right, I'm in a well.
Those boots probably saved your ankles.
I think they probably did, actually. And so I'm there, and I'm thinking, well, there's no point in me shouting, because there was nobody there when I fell down. But of course you shout. And then I got my phone out, and I did have signal. This is the amazing thing. I had signal, right? Little signal, not much battery, because I've lost my phone lead, but I had signal. So I was able to call 999. And it's, I've only ever had to call 999 a few times in my life, right? And every time I do it, it's like, is this really a 999? And I'm there. I'm down 12 foot down a well that probably no one's ever looked in for like 50 years. And I'm there going, is this really a 999?
Incredible.
Is this really a 999? And it was. So I phoned 999. They didn't treat it as a priority. But long and short of it is, and I did some tweets and stuff, long and short of it is, earlier this evening, 2 fire engines rocked up. There were 12, what do we call them now? Not firemen,
firefighters.
Firefighters, 12 firefighters, men and women, rocked up. And they were, fair play to them, they were pissing themselves laughing.
Before or after they got you out?
Well...
Or during?
Basically at all points. Man alive, you should have seen their faces when they pulled me out and they realised I was that bloke from the jungle. Man alive. They almost let me go back down again. The long and short of it is, they pulled me out, they gave me some dry trousers, thanks guys, and to make sure I got back here, the police blue lighted me all the way from this village just north of Milton Keynes. I don't even know what it was called. I've never gone back there again. Came through Walthamstow, North London, East London, all of it. Well, came back here and got here. So the long and short of it is, today I've fallen down a well. It's not often we do this, but here's tonight's phone-in. Have you ever fallen down a well, guys? Have you ever fallen down a well? Have you ever had to have been rescued by the emergency services? And when has anyone ever felt more stupid than what I felt today? 0344 499 1000. This is the late night alternative with a very, very battered and bruised and embarrassed Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Talk Radio. Talk and entertainment across the nation.
Talk Radio.
Give it some lift.
Get behind the wheel and set off on a radical road trip as Talk Radio serves up Julia's continental breakfast with Eurotunnel The Shuttle. Register now at talkradio.co.uk/competitions and you could win Eurotunnel Flexi Plus tickets and an incredible voucher worth £1,500 to rent a Novasol holiday home on the continent. Tuck into Julia's continental breakfast all next week on Talk Radio with Eurotunnel The Shuttle. With a 35-minute crossing time, Eurotunnel is the fastest way to cross the channel by car.
What are the best things about working for yourself? Being the boss? Setting your own hours? Every day is bring your dog to work day? But you didn't say invoicing. Send customized invoices in a moment with QuickBooks. Know when they've been seen, paid, or are overdue, so you can stay on top of your cash flow and get back to more enjoyable things. QuickBooks, backing you. Available now for up to 50% off your first 6 months. For terms and conditions, visit quickbooks.co.uk.
This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board today's flight. As we're currently behind schedule, we're going to skip all the pre-flight checks and just proceed with takeoff. I've given the tyres a kick and I think we've got enough fuel to get there, and the oil warning light hasn't come on yet, so buckle up and enjoy the flight.
You wouldn't fly without the proper checks, so why drive without them? Highways England recommends you check your tyres, fuel and oil before every long journey. For more information on vehicle safety checks, search Think.
In the new Sun mobile app, you have all this. TV and showbiz exclusives and football and breaking news and money-saving tips and scores and travel and fashion and beauty trends and celebs and real-life stories and Dear Deirdre and sports and gossip and alerts that make sure you stay ahead of the game. And you can personalise your newsfeed so you only see the things you love. And it's free. Ideal. Download the new Sun mobile app. It's totally Sun-backed.
With breakdown cover from the AA, we'll do whatever it takes to make sure your big wheels keep on turning. Our mechanics usually fix your car within 30 minutes of arriving. Breakdown cover from the AA, because anything can happen.
Are you listening, mums and dads? There's zillions of big brand bargains for kids at TK Maxx. Cool labels for me, my annoying little sister, and even poopy babies. Relax, you'll find a big label for yourself too. We don't want any tantrums now, do we?
I can't tell you what I wish, mate.
Big labels, small prices.
Can't tell you that.
Possibilities.
In store and online.
This is the sound of breakfast in bed. It's nice to feel valued. We're with you. So join British Gas Rewards today for loads of ways to feel
Now,
valued.
I've got a feeling my phone isn't charging, guys, because I've lost my...
We're with you. Terms and conditions apply.
The radio show where the owls are not what they seem.
This is mine.
Do you or have you ever watched Twin Peaks?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
We could be dreaming and meeting each other in our dreams.
On Talk Radio.
03444991000. We'll talk more about what's going to happen to the show next week when we stop taking calls on the show. And a lot of people asking on Twitter and stuff like that. Hashtag mental health. Got to put that before everything else, I'm afraid, guys. So we'll see what happens. Let's go. She doesn't call very often, but when she does, there are always great calls. It's Jessica.
Yeah, hello there, Ian.
Yeah, wow, look at you starting your call with the word yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously I want to get in here before everything changes.
Everything changes but you.
You know, people never like change. They like things to stay the same.
Yes. Everything changes but you. That's quite rude about the girl, isn't it, that song?
It is really.
Yeah, because change is good. Change is good. So many thoughts going off in my head right now, but I want to hear what you've got to say, Jessica. This isn't about me, this is about you.
Well, I mean, it's all about content. I mean, the show tonight should be like the content show.
Sorry?
What can we generate? I think you've got most things covered. I was really it was what you said about dancing that surprised me.
Yes.
I think that might be the one that grabs the headlines.
What's that? About the fact that I'm a trained dancer?
Yeah.
Listen, the word trained is... The 2 years were like writing and comedy and acting and all that stuff. But yeah, there were 2 semesters of it were dance in Paris. And,
Sorbonne?
Yeah, very sore.
I think that's Friday and Saturday covered, and unless you do something really wrong by Sunday, you probably can sleep easy.
Okay, well, so you think we've got all of the what do you mean covered? We've got all the stories that the newspapers need.
Well, I mean, I was just going to add my story.
Go on.
Off the back of your dancing tale, and I think that's almost a bid for Strictly as well.
Yeah. Oh, here's the thing. I'd love to do... They'd never asked me to do Strictly, because I'm not really BBC. It's a very BBC show, and it turns out I'm ITV at the moment, which is great, but it's a very BBC show, so I don't think... Saying that, I'm filming for the One Show again in a couple of weeks.
Well, you never know then.
Yeah, I'm going to Frome. Frome.
I think the thing about Strictly is...
Yeah.
You've actually got to work hard.
Yes.
I know someone that was on Strictly, and I remember saying to them, "You're so crazy for picking that one because you've really got to work hard. You've got to show up like 9 to 5 and dance."
Oh yeah, it's relentless.
If you do Big Brother,
yeah,
you could just get to chill, don't you, on that sofa?
You get your Big Brother. You roll out of bed. You're at work already.
Yeah. But I think that I went to drama school when I left, like, sixth form or whatever. I went straight to drama school at 18. I moved to London from Sheffield, and I lived in London for like about 9 years.
Yeah.
And then obviously I wanted to buy a property, so I left London.
Yes.
But I loved being at drama school, but I hated being an actor. I remember someone saying to me, "Oh, well, you don't want to just be in the chorus, do you? You want to put yourself forward." And I thought, well, actually, no, I don't really.
Oh. I hate that line. There's no such thing as small parts, only small actors. No, of course there's things as small parts. Like people who just, say 2 words, or the person that opens a door. That's a small part. That's a small part.
I think that you've got to really be able to take rejection.
Yes.
A lot. And you have to understand that you're a certain kind of person, and if you fit that role, you can play it, and if you can't, you can't. And I know loads of actors that really just find that they've always either got to be switched on, a bit like you and your content giving days.
Yeah.
Who thought it'd pan out like that, eh? But I think that a lot of actors as well sort of kind of struggle to be able to leave difficult roles behind them.
Did that finish, that thought? I felt like it was going somewhere, and then it just stopped. It just stopped. I don't know.
Basically, what I was going to just say is
Say
that the last time I spoke to you,
Yeah.
you'd just come out of the jungle.
Oh, yeah.
You were so optimistic.
And now, look, it's all gone pear-shaped. I fell down a well. Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted.
Hey.
Thanks, Jessica. Take care.
All right.
Ta-ta. 03444991,000. Caddick.
Hi, boss.
Hello, Caddick.
I've just been watching the Real Full Monty Ladies Night tonight.
Okay, this is a programme on ITV, button 3, where female celebrities, including Victoria Derbyshire, Colleen Nolan, and Helen Lederer, strip off. And it's for charity, though, isn't it? The men were doing it for ball cancer, and I guess the women are doing it for breast cancer. I'm going to guess.
I'm surprised at how well Ruth Maddox looks, and she's 74.
Is she really? Heidi High, campers.
That's how I only knew Ruth Maddox from when she was on Heidi High.
Yep. I think, well, okay, name 2 other programmes that Ruth Maddox was on. I've got one.
Little Britain.
Was she?
She was David's mother.
Okay, alright, name 2 more other programmes that Ruth Maddox was in. I've got one.
Oh, let me think.
One written by your friend, Catherine. Our radio hero. That miserable old misogynistic fart who should have been sacked off about 30 years ago, but when the BBC tried to get rid of him, the Queen Mother wrote a letter of complaint.
Dr. Beeching?
Yeah, Dr. Beeching.
That was awful.
Yeah, awful, because it was written by a man whose finger has touched the devil's arse himself.
I feel like she should have been in Gavin and Stacey.
Yeah.
Was she?
No.
No, that was Larry Lamb who was in Gavin and
Yeah,
Stacey.
not Ruth Maddox. Is that your mum talking to you, Alan?
No, I'm in the hallway.
Okay, thanks very much for calling. 03444991000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you can do. I've not looked at the papers today. I've got absolutely zero idea as to what the hell is going on, what is happening in the world, so we're going to have to kind of wing it and play it by ear, if you'd be so kind as to join me, dear listener. So, get your calls in, because come Monday, 03444991000 is the telephone number. You can give us a call about absolutely anything you want. Go on, you get that one, Sam. I don't really want to dwell on what happened earlier today. I feel I've shared my piece, and we've talked about that, and that's absolutely fine.
That's all well and good, but some people want to talk it through.
Right, no, tough. Right, talked about that, and that's absolutely anyone fine. That does jokes is going to get blocked, and that includes you, Catherine.
Well,
so don't. But you can talk about anything. Oh, I tell you what, I do think I'm losing my voice.
Really?
Yeah, I got the faint stirrings of a sore throat. Got the faint stirrings of a sore.
Is that from shouting? Help! Help!
Okay, you're being an idiot. 03444991000 is the telephone number. This is the late night alternative on Talk Radio with me, Iain Lee.
He's the righteous reporter who's got his finger on the pulse of UK politics. He should be scrutinised more closely. The Week with John Nicholson on Talk Radio, Sunday afternoon from 4.
Join the stout speaker with a triple lock manifesto to bring you the week's big stories from Westminster, as I said to Tony.
Journeying across the week's political landscape, debating all the pressing issues.
I'll be presiding over fast-paced political debate.
From budget cuts to Brexit, all ballots to backbenchers.
All from his heavily reinforced radio dispatch box.
Read my lips.
It's a 3-line whip to listen to The Week with John Nicholson. Toying the party line, Sunday afternoon from 4 on Talk Radio.
Kick off your slippers. Don't go to bed. The party is just starting.
You can sleep when you're dead. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You can, of course, watch the show tonight. YouTube.com/rabbithole. YouTube.com/rabbithole. If you subscribe to that, you'll be notified whenever we stream the show, and you can watch us live on Sunday evening as well at 6 o'clock. Between 6 and 8 on Sunday evening, Catherine and I will be doing a live Rabbit Hole show. Good evening, Andrew.
Good evening, Ian. Oh, it's nerve-wracking to speak to you. I'm a first-time caller, long-time listener.
Hey!
Hey!
Good to have you on board, my friend. What have you got for us?
you've had quite the day, and I don't want to make it any worse.
Go on.
I was just listening to some music on shuffle, and Bruno Mars's Uptown Funk came on. And you know, there's the chorus where it's like, they keep saying, don't believe me, just watch. And every time I heard that, I thought, don't believe me, Joe Swash. And I thought, what happened with you and Joe Swash and drinking his weed? What's happening there?
Right, okay, let's put our cards, should we put our cards on the table, Andrew?
Yes, please.
Right, what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I work for a startup. I have a really sort of weird, businessy kind of job.
Hang on a minute. This is something interesting. What do you mean? What do you mean? What are you, a pimp, a drug pusher? What the hell is going on with you, man?
No. I work for a startup, and it's a startup that's a bit weird. So we're one of these kind of funky organisations where we don't have like managers or anything.
What?
So I'm kind of an internal coach in the organisation.
You said so many words there that have no substance. It's like an air sandwich. What is it? What would I come to you for?
Okay. I have a job in an office, and I help the team work more effectively together.
Hey, fantastic! I like that. He's a team builder.
Yeah.
And would you do exercises?
No, I just, because I work inside I mean, sometimes, yeah, but because I work inside the company, I'm not like an external trainer who comes in. So I'm, like, always there with the team. And I do a lot of stuff that, like, a manager would do in... Are you like the guy on, the slave galleys, and you like whipping them and going, oh, heave ho, oh, heave ho. Is that what you do? Like a sort of 21st century version of that.
Oh, beautiful! Stripped to the waist, oiled up.
Oh.
Yo-ho-heave-ho.
Loincloth?
Yeah, why not? Yeah. Get stuck in it. Oh, I thought you were a journalist.
No, sorry, not at all. The reason I was thinking of it, because when it first came on the radio, I was hanging out with a friend of mine, and we kind of looked at each other, and I really fancied Joe Swash. And we were like, I think we would actually, like, we would probably pay to actually drink Joe Swash's weed. So we wanted to know.
Hang on a second. Stop the clocks. Right. Okay. Here's what I was hoping. Right. At the time, Catherine will back me up on this. I get ideas that I get very enthusiastic about. They burn very brightly for about a day, maybe even 2 or 3 days, and then after that, it's like we'll be on air, and I say, do you know what? We need to speak to the person who used to be Mr. Nosy Bonk on Jigsaw. Get him on the show. And then, like a week later, Catherine will go, well, we've got Adrian Headley from Jigsaw on the show. I say, what? Yeah, you asked for him. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. You said you wanted Mr. Nosy Bonk. Well, that's Adrian Headley, and we've got him on. I said, no, I didn't want that. And then he'll come on the show, and he'll be like, I've got nothing to say. And that was kind of the same with Joe Swash's piss.
Joe Squash, if you want.
Joe Squash. And I was hoping that by me going away on holiday for a week, that I would no longer be required. People would forget, because it's the MTV generation, got short attention spans of like 20, 30 seconds. People would forget that I had said I was going to drink Joe Swash's wee-wee.
What, even though we got a medical opinion?
Yeah, okay. But what I hadn't... Here's my downfall. I hadn't banked on a couple of sexual deviants, and I'm saying that not because you're homosexual, I'm saying that because you fancy Joe Swash.
And you would drink his urine.
Just because, just before anyone starts going all Corbyn on me, alright? What I'm saying is, I didn't bank on perverts like yourself and your flatmate who would pay to drink the urine of a former EastEnders act. Now, how much would you pay? Because there must be a way we can work this out.
Yeah. I don't know how much I would pay. Like, not an enormous amount of money, but I would definitely pay 50 quid.
I'll tell you what this could be the equivalent of. And if you got kids, first of all, you're a bad parent. Secondly, you definitely want to turn it off for the next 3 minutes, because this image that is formulating in my head, that ain't safe for the under 25s, right? Is we could have, when you go to like posh parties, and they have like a fountain of champagne glasses, and they pour champagne into the top glass, and it tips over and it tips over, and it fills it up, but there's champagne everywhere. Everyone's got sticky fingers, and it goes in their eyes, but they get there. We could do the equivalent with Joe Swash's wee. I could swig Swash, and then Andrew could be like the next tier of glasses, supping me.
What?
and then maybe we'll find another deviant who likes the sound of Andrew's voice and wants to drink his wee.
Like the human centipede, but peed.
The human centipede.
That's not a nice image, Kath. So you're spoiling
I didn't come up with it. That was you two.
You're definitely a Kath idea. I think that one, Andrew. I tell you what,
he's drinking water. He's fueling up.
It will.
Got to under those circumstances, believe me.
It will definitely happen. It will definitely happen some point in the very, very near future.
Okay, I'll keep my eyes open.
Yeah, well, I'm going to wear goggles. But thanks anyway, Andrew. Cheers, bye-bye. Let's go to Erin. Good evening, Erin.
Oh, hi, Iain. Hi, Kath.
Hi.
Hey, Erin, how you doing?
Oh, I'm good, thank you.
I like the name Erin. Can I tell you, I like the name Erin a lot, right? And I tell you the girl's name that I really hanker for. And I want to have a daughter so I can use this name. I'll tell you why. Listen to a really good documentary on BBC 4 Extra about the woman who did the Doctor Who theme tune. She didn't write it. It was written by Ron Granger. But she was the woman who worked in the BBC Radiophonic Sound Workshop, and she was an electronics wizard before electronic music was invented, right? And her last name was Derbyshire, and her first name was Delia. Think about it. No. Think about it. Delia's a great name, isn't it?
No, I knew a Delia at school.
Well, forget... Okay, fine, whatever. But Delia Derbyshire, Delia. Anyway, Erin, you're Erin, not Delia. What can we do for you this evening?
Well, I've got something to ask, but, I'm a first-time caller.
Well done. Well done. Well, as you know, every first-time caller gets £5. If you stay on the line, speak to Sam. He'll take your bank account details, and we'll get that money sent over to you in the next 12 months.
You will need to give us your sort code.
Yes, exactly.
And your PIN.
Yes, indeed.
But, I'm not a first-time listener. I've been listening since you came back from the jungle.
Hey, nice one, Erin. Thank you.
I just thought, I really liked you in the jungle, but then, what I took away from it is that I just thought you were a really interesting person.
Yeah, she's right, I am.
And then... You were a really interesting person.
Yeah, she's right, I am.
And then when I heard... I think it's so good. And I think it's because it's just such a happy and joyous album.
Yeah.
And I think that's what helps me sometimes, music like that.
Yeah.
Just happy music.
Yeah, definitely.
So I was just wondering if you happen to have any recommendations of your own for just happy music.
Well, here's the thing, right? And I'm aware of George Ezra. Isn't his new album called Over at Pandora's Place or something?
I think it's Staying at Tamara's.
That's it, Staying at Tamara's. I knew it was something like that. Kath, that's something. If I'd have sent you to our price and said, go and get that album, it's Staying Over at Pandora's, you'd have known what to get. You'd have seen that and gone, that's what he wants. Well, here's the thing. Couple of things. First of all, sometimes I really like listening to miserable music. If I want to create a mood, I like listening to miserable music. Nick Drake. Oh, a few weeks ago, you won't know Nick Drake, Erin, but honestly, he's so good. He's dead now. It's cheery. A few weeks ago, it was a drizzly, wet Sunday afternoon, and I was in this horrible place I live in now, and I put on some Nick Drake albums, and it was perfect. Captured the mood. But fun. music, upbeat, fun music.
Imani.
Oh, I do like a bit of it. Imani Coppola, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. I've listened to a couple of her songs, probably through you.
Yeah, she's great. She's brilliant. She's brilliant. She always gets me, and it's not my usual kind of music because I like white men in pop groups. That's what I go for. White men in pop groups. And so to have this, she's completely the opposite of what I would normally go for, but I just think she's so good. Oh, I think she's just found a load. Here's the thing, I'm releasing an album of hers, right? Like a sort of best of. And she's just found a load of songs that never got released before. They're incredible.
Oh, that's amazing. They're
incredible. She goes, are you interested in these? I'm like, flipping it. Hang on, stay there. She said, I've only heard bits of them. Listen to this. She said this was never released. She sent me this. Hang on a minute. Let me get this one again. She sent me this today, right?
Out with compassion. Red neck suit and tie is marking you. Your tattoos are in plain view. So take your shoes off, take your socks off, put the stones on, and get your rocks off. Get your kicks with Jimi Hendrix on your playlist. I think you get the gist. Music makes it possible to coexist. So say Jack to put a cassette.
She never released that. She never released
amazing.
it. Oh, man alive, she's the best. She's the best. So yeah, Imani every time, I would say, Erin.
Yeah, definitely. I'll listen to more of her.
Yeah, do go, Imani. If you go and look for she also does like the stuff under the name of Little Jackie, and it's just that is kind of very poppy and is good.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Nice one, Erin. Hey, listen, I'm glad you called. Well, saying that, we're not taking calls from Monday onwards, so this could be our last ever call, Erin. But thank you so much. Nice to talk to you.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye bye. 03444991000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio. For those about to talk, we salute you.
When your growing business is hiring, you don't need lots of candidates. You need the right candidates, fast. You need Indeed.com, featuring an algorithm that positions your job posts where quality candidates are and screener questions that zero in on the best talent. Post your next job on Indeed, the UK's #1 job site. For a limited time, we're giving new users a £50 credit to post a sponsored job. Claim your £50 credit at Indeed.com/redeem. That's Indeed.com/redeem. Terms, conditions and quality standards apply. The UK's #1 job site according to ComScore.
So there's 20% off everything? Right. In-store and online? Right. And you're open Good Friday and Easter Monday? Right again. Oh, that's great. Anyway, where are your dust sheets? Down there, on the... Right.
With 20% off everything in-store and online from Good Friday to Easter Monday, you'll be happy talking to Dulux Decorator Centre. Dulux Decorator Centre. Centred on you. Terms and conditions apply.
At DFS, sofas are always handmade to order in your choice of colour. And now all Spring Collection sofas are up to half price and available with 4 years interest-free credit. So whether you choose to have your sofa made in red, green, blue, lilac, grey, cream, black, brown, yellow, mulberry, mocha or fuchsia, you're sure to be tickled pink. Come and find your happy colour at DFS. Selected sofas end Tuesday.
Whatever your customers trust you to do, they trust you with their data too. So whether you're a carpenter or a chiropractor, a florist or a financial advisor, an electrician or nail technician, don't forget the new GDPR data protection rules apply to your business from the 25th of May. You could be fined if you ignore them. So whatever you do, make data protection your business at ico.org.uk today.
Hello, I'm here at McDonald's with Hannah, who witnessed a legendary event. Tell us more.
Well, I was in line when I saw them place the most succulent-looking, crispy-coated chicken breast fillet in a bakehouse roll.
Then what happened?
They asked for it with hot and spicy mayo. Sounded tasty.
Tasty stuff indeed.
With your choice of cool mayo, hot and spicy mayo or barbecue sauce, experience the Chicken Legend range at McDonald's. Served from 10:30am, subject to availability, participating restaurants only.
Up here on Ben Nevis, it's millions of years since the volcano was active. But Sky Vegas bonus time, well, that firecracker's active right now.
Between 9 and 11 every night, our unmissable bonus game is guaranteed to trigger in Sky Vegas bonus time. Only at Sky Vegas. Unexpect more. 18 plus, ends 3rd of July. Customers must be playing when bonus games randomly triggered. Minimum 20p stake. Free spins must be claimed and used by midnight. Eligibility restrictions and further T's and C's apply. BeGambleAware.org. When the fun stops, stop.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Jamie East on Talk Radio. Irreverent afternoon entertainment and essential listening on the UK's premier forum of mind-expanding free speech.
Join me, Jamie East. We'll have guests, we'll have phone-ins. Just come to Jamie.
Afternoons with Jamie East. Tomorrow afternoon from 1 on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
Happy Brexit Day, by the way, Catherine. Happy Brexit Day. Year to go.
Happy Brexit
Day.
Day to you.
Happy Brexit Day. Big up the Brexit boys. Big fans of the Brexit boys on this show. If you're watching us on Periscope or YouTube, give us 5 minutes. My phone battery's dead. I've lost my long charger. Anyway, they're charging my phone up, and don't worry, we'll have the video up in a minute. 03444991000. Good evening, Tina.
Hi.
Hello, Tina. You're on Talk Radio. What can we do for you?
Right, I just got a question.
Yes?
I'm really curious.
Yes.
So I've had a drink.
Here we go.
But I want to know, why is Good Friday called Good Friday?
Why do you... okay, well, let's work this out. Why do you think Good Friday is called Good Friday?
Well, obviously it's to do with religion, but I'm not religious.
Right, okay.
So I want to know, why is it called Good Friday?
Well...
Am I expecting good things?
Well, I can feel Catherine champing at the bit to dive in there. Catherine is a good Catholic girl.
I am not.
Whether she is or not. Oh, don't be so dismissive of the Catholic faith.
I'm Protestant.
All right.
Not really, though.
All right, Henry VIII. All right, Jeremy Corbyn. Go on then.
Because it's good as in Holy Friday, because it was the Friday when Jesus died for our sins and the ultimate sacrifice, which allows us
to... But if you don't believe in God and you don't believe in Jesus...
Yeah.
And which I don't...
It's just Friday.
Yeah, so it's just Friday.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be no good for me.
Oh, don't be so bloody miserable, Tina! Don't be so... Go and get a load of chocolate eggs and some hot cross buns. Hot cross buns. 1 a penny, 2 a penny. Hot cross buns. And stuff your face. Oh, I love a hot cross bun.
So do I, with loads of butter toasted.
Oh, man, I like it. I like it a little bit black and crispy.
Yeah.
God, beautiful.
Exactly, so it's not to do with religion. It's just... we just like eggs and we just like hot cross buns, don't we?
It isn't to do with religion anyway. It's a pagan festival.
Well, that's a religion.
Well, you know, I'm talking about your Christo-Judaic faiths.
I thought it was to do with Jesus.
Yeah. No, all the best... all the best Christo-Judaic celebrations... You listen, I've got my own theories on...
They started it, so you can't put us before.
All of the major... Shush! But please, I'm trying to get back to... I was out of well 3 hours ago! Jesus!
He did have a blow to the head.
All of the Christo-Judaic faiths celebrations coincidentally coincide with the pagan celebrations. Explain that. Easter, of course. Here we go. We've got something formulating here, and I think this is right. Easter, of course, named after the pagan goddess Erstra. And I'm right, aren't I, Catherine? Yeah, so you can
like estrogen.
Yeah, Erstra, who is the goddess of fertility and birth and all that.
Okay.
Shit. So that's that. That's that.
I'm still none the wiser then.
What? No, I tell you what you need to do, Tina, and this is my advice to you, is go and open another bottle, my love, won't you?
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Tina.
Bye.
Ta-ta. Can you believe someone actually phoned up this show for some proper advice? I mean, what were they thinking? They think this is James O'Brien's Mystery Hour? Well past its sell-by date? I don't think so. So many...
Qualification? Know it all.
I listen to that. I do like that. Yeah. Qualification. I'm a smug git. Good evening, Jack.
Good evening.
How are you, Jack?
Good, how are you?
Damp, and I'm embarrassed. But apart from that, listen, if I end a day feeling a little bit embarrassed, well, that's not that ain't the worst day it could be, is it?
Yeah, well, I actually had an embarrassing moment today.
Yes.
I was on stage.
Uh-oh.
And I was in front of an audience of 326. And my microphone cut off.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So I was doing a wee speech and then my microphone cut off. I didn't realise. Everyone started laughing and I was like, why the hell is everyone laughing at me? And then I realised my mic was broke.
You absolute prune. Well, how did you get around that little embarrassment?
Well, I covered it up quickly by
suddenly amplifying your voice.
No, I nodded to one of the producers and said, can I please go to the bathroom? It's urgent.
What? Hang on. So So you're on stage.
Yes.
Imagine if this was like Robbie Williams at Nebworth or something. Right, you're on stage, suddenly your microphone cuts out, and you nod to the producer. Can I go to the bathroom, please?
Because that's less embarrassing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Showbiz.
Broken Britain.
Yep.
Okay. Thanks for calling, Jack.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. No idea. Let's go to John. Good evening, John.
Hi, Ian. You all right?
I'm all right, thank you, John. What you got for us tonight, mate?
I've got a few things. Are you all right, Kath?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, John.
Can I say hello to your dress?
Flipping it. All right. Hashtag me too.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair play. Listen, listen. I know it's so politically incorrect these days, and Kathy's going to hate me for this. But Catherine, it's nice to have a bit of tit in the studio.
What?
It's nice.
Yeah, so what am I providing?
There's been someone to tell you tonight, but I wasn't even watching.
Do you know what? As that sentence formed in my head, I was really daring myself to say it, and I did, and that shows just how low I've sunk.
Well, I thought you were going to sink lower, to be honest.
No, I was. The other one was there, and I thought I can't do that.
Again, I would have batted that back to you. Not literally. That would be inappropriate.
Let's move on now.
John, hi.
I'm sorry that I've
You started that.
this sort of thing into the show, like, you know.
Every time you come on, John, you bring us down to your horrible, filthy,
yes,
Geordie level. Disgusting.
Well, I'm not going to go into that whole things, but I'll bring it to the main one. Yes. And I didn't want to bring you down. And the first time I called you, if you remember, years ago, I was not years ago when I phoned you, but obviously, but I don't know if I'm still online, am I?
Yeah. Well, you were listening to you.
Yeah. Anyway, when I got married when I was a young lad, and I was 17 at the time, and I worked in a lot of different jobs.
Yeah.
And I just took whatever I could at the time, and a lot of them involved cleaning. Sorry.
Creaming.
Cleaning.
Cleaning.
Yeah, like a
creaming and then cleaning.
Like a factory cleaner, you know.
Yeah. A cleaner. Yeah, I know a cleaner.
So anyway, this factory, one of the last jobs I got in this factory in Newcastle.
Yes, I thought it might be there.
Right, okay.
Hello.
You know, before you went on holiday, you were talking about these toilets that had like the flush walls.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Well, I went in this factory and had like a factory, a toilet block inside the factory.
Why does it feel like time is going backwards?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not that long ago.
No. Well,
but it is. It's not a funny subject. But it is a serious subject. Really,
okay.
You know.
Yep.
So anyway, I got this job working in this place, and I don't know how long it had been going on, but this time I went. There was a block of toilets, them sort of toilets you want about, and there was a female on one side, male on the other side.
Yes.
And there was a void in between.
Yes, a void.
Yeah. So, me being a cleaner, there was a bit of a flood going on. So we cleaned this up, and that came like in between the two toilets.
Yes.
But it wasn't, it was just like fresh water sort of thing,
Yeah. Yep.
But one time, one night, I was we're working shifts, and I had to clean the women's toilets.
Yes. Okay.
So naturally, I put a sign outside to say it was being cleaned, and I went in, and I done what I had to do, but because I'm a good man at what I do, my job, I was looking above where I should see, and these what can I say? The panels.
Yes.
They should all be level.
What?
But one was risen about an inch above.
Yeah.
So that didn't look right to me.
Just stop, wait there 1 second, John. Karen,
Yeah.
Have you got any idea what John's talking about?
I feel like we've fallen down a verbal well.
Okay, should we just let him get on with it?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, John, carry on.
Yeah. So, like you look above, like where you're supposed to be cleaning, and like everything should be uniform. But this panel was about an inch above the rest.
Yes.
So naturally, I went into this void. There was a door that was usually locked, but I think it wasn't locked again after we had cleaned out this excessive liquid and stuff.
Yes.
And when I went in, there was this certain panel had a cardboard.
Here we go.
A piece of cardboard.
Here we go.
Like pinned upon.
Yeah, go on.
So I lifted it up.
Yep.
And you could see into the ladies' toilet.
And sorry, did you say this was owned by Chuck Berry?
No, Ian, I'm being serious.
So am I. He was a pervert. He used to film women going to the toilet. So we're late for the news, and the moral of this story is.
Well, I've even looked when I go to the toilets because the perverts in there.
Thanks very much for calling. And that's why from Monday we won't be taking callers anymore.
Talk Radio. Intelligent, organic entertainment.
Talk Radio.
We'll get you talking.
Homebase has 3 for 2 on Dulux and Cuprinol paint. Offer ends Monday. Homebase, always your home, always low prices. In store only, cheapest item free. Excludes Pure Brilliant White trade and clearance outlets.
1 2 1 2. Music's always best when it's live. Same as Sky Vegas bonus time. And that baby's live right now.
Between 9 and 11 every night, our unmissable bonus game is guaranteed to trigger in Sky Vegas bonus time. Only at Sky Vegas. Unexpect more. 18 plus, ends 3rd of July. Customers must be playing when bonus games randomly triggered. Minimum 20p stake. Free spins must be claimed and used by midnight. Eligibility restrictions and further T's and C's apply. BeGambleAware.org. When the fun stops, stop.
Welcome to EE Sports Talk.
In today's...
Shut up. Not you, Rio. But listen, the amazing new Samsung Galaxy S9 on EE comes with 2 years access to the BT Sport app.
UEFA Champions League on the S9? Get in!
It also shoots in super slow-mo and low light.
I'm speechless, Kev.
A speechless radio host? It's a game changer. Amazing new S9 with 2 years sport on a max plan.
Only with 24-month consumer max plans, £5 a month and selected other plans. iOS 8, Android 4.3 or Windows 10 and TV licence required. Other terms apply. See ee.co.uk/terms.
Where do you charge an electric car?
How quickly can I do it?
How far can you go on one charge?
How much can I save?
Can I charge it at home?
Do I need a house with a drive? Can you get an electric shock off them? If I plug in my mobile phone, will the car's battery run out?
Can they go in car washes?
Got questions about owning an electric car? Get the answers at goultralow.com.
Range Rover Evoque is at home at the city's most stylish addresses and in the countryside's wildest destinations. It can cross continents and take 5 friends to the theatre. And it might even save you money. Buy and register any new Evoque before April the 1st and you'll avoid the rise in vehicle excise duty. You won't just beat the tax increase, you'll drive away with a brand new registration plate. Range Rover Evoque from just £30,760 subject to availability. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Cast your mind back and think. Were you ever contacted out of the blue for a pension review? Were you advised to move your work or personal pension into a SIP, self-invested personal pension?
Yes, I was.
You could be due thousands if you were missold. Money Redress are trusted claim specialists in pension and investment mis-selling. They'll manage the whole claim for you on a no payout, no fee basis, so you can't lose. Text WIN to 85077.
It's time. Time to join the millions of people that meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. With stunning HD video, crisp audio, and instant wireless sharing across any mobile, tablet, or desktop device. But the best thing about Zoom? It just works. So ditch the distractions, join the movement, and meet happy with Zoom video conferencing. Visit zoom.us to set up your free account today. That's zoom.us. Zoom video conferencing.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
With the news, I'm Serena Farrow. Russia has hit back in the diplomatic row sparked by the Salisbury spy poisoning. Moscow's throwing out 60 American officials after Washington recently did the same to them. Meanwhile, the daughter of the ex-Russian spy who was targeted with a nerve agent is said to be improving and is now in a stable condition. While United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says he's worried by the deepening row between the two.
I am really very concerned. I think we are coming to a situation that is similar, to a large extent, to what we lived during the Cold War.
A fund set up to raise money for the family of a young mother killed by falling bricks has received thousands in donations. The 29-year-old died in hospital after she was hit by debris from a building site crane in Tower Hamlets. The Just Giving page was set up by a work colleague to help the woman's family. More than 880 million of British property allegedly bought by Russians is about to come under the scope of an MP inquiry. The investigation wants to reveal the scale of laundering in Britain after claims the London property market's become the destination of choice. Conservative MP Bob Seeley's been telling Talk Radio it's a good move.
We've got to make a distinction between nice Ruskies, the ordinary folks who come here to work, and, people who earn a living and do well, but are not part of this regime or the group of oligarchs that facilitate Putin and, frankly, this very ugly authoritarian regime in the Kremlin. So we've got to distinguish between those ordinary folk and the facilitators.
And Britain's two oldest men, born on the same day, are celebrating their 110th birthdays. It's not known who was born first, Alfred Smith from Perthshire or Robert Wayton from Hull. Alfred says working on his farm into his 80s has kept him young. Robert simply says he's just one of the lucky ones. Now let's have a quick look at the weather. And it is quite wet and windy overnight with a patchy frost, but those clear spells will develop come the morning.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
444991000 is the phone number. From Monday, no callers to the show. It's not going to be a phone-in show anymore. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. We might get some guests. Be me going through the papers, and me and Kath just chatting and bantering and stuff like that. So have I got that camera facing the wrong way? I'm such a pudding. There we go. There we go. There we go. Now you can see us again, guys. Now you can see us. There we go. That's not a bad shot, actually. That's all right. Look at that. So, no callers from Monday. Just, last night got a bit stressy, and there's a bit of tension and a little bit of entitlement, and I just don't think it's good for my head. I don't think it's good for my soul. It's certainly not good for my mental health. So we're gonna stop doing it. And I spoke to my therapist about it. A little bit resistance from the suits here, but I think we can make it work. So Nigel, this could be the last time we speak to each other, Nigel.
Oh, what's a shame.
Well, yeah. Okay.
You're not serious, are you?
Deadly. Never been more serious.
What? You're packing it in Monday?
Packing in the calls on Monday.
Well, no more calls after that?
Yeah, no more calls after Friday, yeah.
After tomorrow?
That's,
okay.
Yeah.
Why is that then?
Just because, we get too many people phone up that aren't really interested in contributing to the show, and they just want to come on and they've got their own kind of slightly weird, creepy agenda.
Some of them don't even listen.
Some of them don't even listen to the show, and it's just, I don't know if it makes for comfortable listening.
Oh, I'll bash on then. I'll bash on.
What do you mean by that?
I've got a couple of jokes. A couple of jokes.
You said, Nigel, how's the pustulating lump on your penis?
Well, I rang the doctors and they said it was clear. That the results was clear.
There you go then. But the pus wasn't.
But it doesn't take away the lump on my penis, does it?
Well, but it's not cancerous. That's got to be something.
Yeah, but how do they know by a swab?
They're doctors. They're doctors. They're doctors. They do these tests.
I still want to go to hospital, though.
What for?
For a second opinion by a specialist.
Well, no, but they're doctors. It sounds like you've just got a weeping sore on your penis.
Is it just a sore then? It is a bit sore.
It's
just a bit sore then.
Do you regularly
Yes, every day. Yes.
wash your penis?
Oh, I thought you meant do it every day, yes, but I
This is why we're getting rid of callers. Another perfect example, because this is no one wants to hear a 6-year-old man. Yep.
Yes, so, of course I do, yes, of course I wash myself regularly, yes.
Okay.
And it's in a funny place anyway.
No, it's not. It's between your legs. Hey, come on.
It's another joke there. Can I tell you a joke then?
Yeah, go on, why the hell?
Jokes.
Well,
A couple of jokes.
I don't like jokes, but go on.
Yeah, well, you just done one.
Yeah, well,
You just done one.
yeah, but mine wasn't. Mine was like a spontaneous kind of reaction.
Yeah.
Yours is a not.
Yours is a quick one, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Quick one. So anyway,
Yes, sir.
Two Irish lesbians.
Okay, right. Hey, let me. And we'll stop you there.
No, it's not dirty.
Okay, but it's probably.
It's not 1983 either.
It's probably.
It's a funny.
Well, yeah, it's probably racist and it's probably homophobic. So we'll pass on that. What's the second joke?
The next one.
Yeah, go on. Two Pakistanis and a Jew.
No. There are two cyclists. Two gay cyclists.
Okay. Well, Nigel, thanks so much for calling. It's been lovely to talk to you tonight. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Keith. Good evening, Keith.
Hi, you two. Hope you're all right. I'm sorry to hear about your decision on the callers for next week. I hope you're going to review it maybe some time. Because I do enjoy, contributing and hearing everybody.
Okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Get on to the thing. My usual thing, I'm a Cineworld person. You remember, I've spoke to you before about I have a Cineworld card.
Oh, yeah, and I nearly got a Cineworld card.
Yeah, and you were a woman and I went, well, up north, it's gone up to now nearly 11 quid. So, I mean, basically, there's not much on at the moment for us adults. Anyway,
no, there's not, because I was looking at going to the pictures the other day. There's nothing on.
I want to see Grinding Nemo.
It's all
Shape of Water.
Oh, no. I don't...
Films.
What did I saw... I wouldn't mind seeing Black Panther.
Well, you see, not my thing, but apart from that, there's just really not anywhere. Even the View cinemas, I don't know what it's like down your end. But the film I've ranked to share with you, it's called Unsane.
Oh yeah.
Have you sort of checked out on the trailer thing? Have you got it down? Unsane.
Give me a little bit more information.
Foy is the lead lady in it.
No.
Catherine Hall, I'm sure will get her fingers tapping there.
No.
It's been advertised up here. Have you not come across it at all?
No, I don't know it. I don't know it.
Ah, right. Well, what it's about is the basic synopsis is that she's a lady works in a bank and she's been stalker, right, sort of situation for like 2-3 years. And it's quite an interesting sort of thing, and the trailer it looks quite interesting, the concept. So I went along.
Yes.
And I'll tell you, it gave me the same feeling as Get Out, because I didn't expect that as well as when I watched that film. It was, and it was, before I tell you, it sort of made me feel like you had to look through your fingers a bit. Now, if you bear with me, so the first sort of quarter of an hour lulls you into this sort of situation where she's works in a bank call centre situation, and she goes out for a lunch and she's ringing her mum and all this.
Are you going to give us spoilers?
Give you what? Sorry.
Are you going to give us spoilers?
Well, no, I won't spoil the film.
Okay.
Right, I just want to say that the first 15 minutes, because otherwise I won't do that. But, so, he sort of lulls you into this sort of feeling that there's been a stalker around, but she's moved. Are you with me?
Yes.
And she says, to her mum on the phone, yeah, I'm doing really well, people are really nice.
I bet she's her own stalker, is she? Am I right?
No,
okay.
no.
That's the film I would. Then that means I would make that film. I would make that film where she was her own stalker, where she was getting death threats and phone calls, and then she pulled back the shower curtain and it was a mirror.
No, this is what I'm thinking. So this is the thing, and she says, and they've been really nice. She said, HR have been really good. I'm seeing somebody next week, as I was in, because I moved banks. Yeah. Anyway, so she goes to see this lady, HR and the counselling situations. From a mental health point of view, it's really interesting.
Okay, yeah.
So she gets in this one-to-one session, and it's totally down the middle, chatting about her life, how she's fitting in, blah, 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 blah. And bear with me on this one, and she says, and she sort of makes reference to us. She said, it sounds like you had a really rough two years. She said, yeah, but doesn't go into a lot of detail. Yeah. And she says, and you start thinking, well, what's going on? So she says,
I'm really worried this is going to, this sounds like we're building up to spoil it.
Bear with me. So she says, and at times, like, when it was at its worst, you were quite desperate. She said, well, yeah, it wouldn't be. And she said, and how are you feeling now? And she says, well, I have my desperate moments, and sometimes I'll be on a bus, and sometimes somebody will remind me of it. Are you with me? And so she sort of pushes on. She says, right, yeah. So at times you felt really low, and she started saying, well, yeah, but who wouldn't? And so she says, and have you had those sort of transient feelings at all recently? She says, well, sometimes if I've had a really bad dream about it, but so she says, so obviously says, well, as a therapist and a counsellor, I have to sort of push you on this. Have you sort of planned to say? So she says, well, if I was going to do it, it would be a chemical sort of informed choice of how much medication to if, she said. And she says, all of a sudden, she says, she's about 20 minutes, and she says, that's pretty specific, she says, Sandra. Right. So she says, well, that's, Anyway, so you think everything's all right, and you be really patient with me. So she says, I think we'll leave it there for now. She says, yeah, okay. Says,
this feels, honestly, to Catherine, it feels like we're building up to a big reveal in the film, doesn't it?
No, not at all.
Hang on a minute.
I'm not going to do that.
No.
I'm not going to do that for you.
Catherine, does it feel like it's building up to the big reveal?
It's all a bit too specific.
It really is.
No, that was the thing where she said, right, so she says, but bear with me, she says,
this is a film that, bearing in mind, people still blame me for revealing the gimmick. Hang on a minute. People still blame me for revealing the twist in The Sixth Sense, even though it wasn't. Well, you shut up, man. Even though it wasn't me, it was Daisy Donovan. But people still can't say you ruined The Sixth Sense.
All right.
And Kate Lawler ruined. The people that made the Matrix trilogy ruined it themselves, but gave away the hot woman in the PVC.
No, I won't ruin it for you at all.
To a word I'm saying at all.
I won't ruin it. I'm just right.
You're certainly sucking the joy out of it. Yes.
So it's all still very ordinary. She says, yeah, okay, we'll book 6 sessions in, go to reception, and you think, happy days.
Here we go.
So she says, yeah, just sign these forms, it's like terms and conditions, and you just write. So she goes to the reception, and she goes, yeah, I've signed this, she signed that. And then the counsellor goes out through the door. She says, see you next week. Right. So the receptionist says, yeah, that's, everything looks in order. She says, thank you, I'll book in for next week. She says, excuse me, she says, where are you going? She says, well, how do you mean? She says, you can't leave the building. She said,
right, I've done that. I've done. That's the spoiler. No, it is, because I know the film you're talking about now.
Well, there's loads more to it than that.
Yeah, I bet there is.
But we're watching it in real time through your words.
No, but hang on a minute. Did you know, right, when you went in to see the film, did you know the fact that you just told me that I just dumped? Did you know that last bit?
No.
Right, so you've now ruined it for anybody. Luckily, I hit the dump button, but the people on Perry...
I can't dump from my memory.
You ruined it for everybody that is what a spoiler is. You spoiled... Yes!
There's miles more to it than that.
Yeah, but you didn't know that little twist when you went to see the film.
Well,
Were you surprised when you found out that thing you just said to me?
Oh, it was awful.
Right. Well, now, anybody else that goes to see it won't have that reaction.
Well, because one reaction, there's a lot more reaction.
Flipping heck.
Incredible.
I knew we were building up to a spoiler.
This is another reason why we're not talking to any of you anymore come Monday.
That was outrageous. I know the film he's talking about, but...
I feel like I've seen it.
That's the big twist. Oh, it's not a spoiler. Did you know that? No. Shocked me when I found out. It won't shock any other bugger that pays 10 quid to go and see it.
Why does he sound like your impression of me?
Yeah, because I don't like anybody.
Talk Radio, the 21st century dream
lunatic.
Dialogue.
Sorry, guys, I didn't dump that to you, and I don't know how much I dumped there, but... absolutely insane.
It's a brilliant break with Mike Graham on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop. Great value breaks all year round. Listen to Talk Radio every weekday morning from 10.
Sam, when you get a moment, can you send over that AP breaking story, please?
And quick-fire calls on all of the day's top talking points. Don't miss Mike Graham every weekday morning from 10 on Talk Radio with the Sun Holiday Shop. Great value breaks all year round. Go to thesun.co.uk/holiday shop.
Who's this John fella that says you won't let him on?
And Cuprinol Paint. Offer ends Monday. Homebase. Always your home. Always low prices. In store only. Cheapest item free.
About the toilet.
Brilliant white. Trading clearance elements.
Do you have a project of Jurassic proportions? Get new T-Rex tape. All weather works longer, holds stronger. T-Rex tape is formulated with a super aggressive adhesive that gives it a better grip than standard duct tapes, so it can stick to the roughest, dirtiest surfaces indoors and out.
Well,
with UV-resistant material, T-Rex tape will stand the test of time, even in extreme weather. T-Rex tape, ferociously strong. Feel the strength. Available at all good stores or visit trextape.co.uk.
And they've taken the AP story.
This is the sound of breakfast in bed. It's nice to feel valued. We're with you. So join British Gas Rewards today for loads of ways to feel valued.
This is why I aren't quite sure.
The chance to
They're
win
hedging their bets.
toys. When you're with British Gas, we're with you. Terms and conditions apply.
Range Rover Evoque is at home at the city's most stylish addresses and in the countryside's wildest destinations. It can cross continents and take 5 friends to the theatre, and it might even save you money. Buy and register any new Evoque before April the 1st and you'll avoid the rise in vehicle excise duty. You won't just beat the tax increase, you'll drive away with a brand new registration plate. Range Rover Evoque from just £30,760 subject to availability. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Hello, I'm your smoke alarm. I'm just hanging out up here on the ceiling. Could you possibly get up here and test me by pressing my button? I meant kind of like now. You seem to spend a lot of time pressing buttons on your phone. But can your phone wake you and your family up in the night to save your lives? Because I can, if I'm working. So remembering to test me is crucial. How about we take it from the top? Hello, I'm your smoke alarm. Please test me now.
Smoke alarms. They need to work to keep you safe. Press to test. Monthly is best.
Dear son, I am worried about your little brother Valentine. So I am sending him to live with you.
You can't choose your family.
Tell me about this brother of yours.
Very bad influence.
Where is he?
Oh, really?
But you can choose where you put them.
Oh, I love London. Good evening, sir.
Shut up, Mark. A new Sky One comedy that takes you back to the 80s. Inspired and created by Idris Elba.
Valentine, come here.
Someone's in trouble.
In the long run, get stuck in with all episodes available now.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Righty-ho. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to Paul. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening. How's it going?
It's going very well, Paul. How's it going for you?
Yeah, not too bad. Off on Holly Bob's Saturday, off to Great Yarmouth for the week, so that's pretty cool.
Wowzers,
This is Paul the Piercing.
Yes, I know. Is it the late 70s there?
I'd say that she knows, you see. She knows Paul the Piercer.
Yes.
As you said, at Luton, it's quite bad. Not Luton, sorry, Brighton.
Yes.
It's quite bad that when I introduce myself like that, you know who I am.
Yes. Paul has got pierced balls.
Yeah.
My boys called their testicles nuts for the first time today. First time in my presence. My eldest said, Daddy, youngest just hit me in the nuts. I said, the what? because I normally call them the peanuts, which is not my word. I call them plums. Hit him in the nuts. I said, "You said nuts." He said, "Yeah." I went, "Good lad. We're there. We're there."
Are you all right now? You
Yes.
calm down.
I'm calm down, Paul. Yes.
Right. No, I saw on Facebook it says, "I give you a £5 if you tweet you can't do a show because you've fallen down a well." And then I saw, "Sorry team, I've messed up tonight's show. I've cancelled as I've fallen down a well."
Yeah.
This is not a joke.
Yes, exactly. Paul, I fell down a well.
But is it actually real, or
What do you mean? Is it actually real? I'm wearing a fireman's jeans, right? And if you've been watching on Periscope, you can see me hobbling all over the place. Yes, I fell down a bloody well, Paul. Not a whirlpool,
no.
a well.
I thought it was a joke.
No, mate. Where's the funny bit of it? Where's the funny bit of me being down a well?
It was real. I haven't seen Periscope, have I?
Well, go on Periscope, you muppet. Let's go to Jerry. Good evening, Jerry.
I'm so dizzy, my head is spinning like a whirlpool that never ends. And you, girl, make me spin. I'm dizzy like a whirlpool. Hello?
Yeah, I was waiting for a tune, to be honest, but... What's going on in the background?
Fan. Warm.
Is it hot where you are?
Like the Bahamas.
Like the bloody Bahamas. Well. Well.
Bad session today.
Yes. You had a what?
Having a bad session.
I'm going to be honest, that fan...
Drowning me out.
I can't hear you.
Oh, Jesus.
Well.
Can't move either.
I know, we're in a quandary. Your voice ain't great, so I need to pay extra special attention, and that fan is too noisy to make any of this work, Jer.
Let me try.
It sounds like you're being fired at by a machine gun.
Probably am.
Well...
I'm scared of getting the bomb cases.
I can't... Jerry, I can't hear you, mate.
Hang on. It's only better.
Well, a little bit.
Let me try. Oh, sugar.
It sounds like you got bloody Keith Moon there doing a drum solo.
I wish he could try. What's that song? What's that one he did on Tommy?
No, he wasn't Uncle Ernie, he was Cousin Kevin.
Uncle. There's Uncle somebody.
No, he was Cousin Kevin. No, he was Uncle Ernie, yeah. Paul Nicholas was Cousin Kevin, yeah. Uncle Ernie.
However, he'd come back and caught him.
Yep.
So why are having no callers?
Because too many people are phoning up with really annoying sounds in the background that are giving me headaches.
So it's nothing to do with the date?
No.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure. Well, what's Monday?
First,
it probably is the first, actually. No, don't.
No, the first Sunday.
No, 31st, 30, January, February, March. Yeah, the first is Sunday.
It is?
Yeah, so no.
That's peat on my bonfire.
Isn't it? I'm going to cut you off because now there's a horrible echo.
The phone's crap.
Yep, your phone is crap. Right, yes, John?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, yeah, no, didn't...
Oh, God, no! No, but... Okay, oh, jeez. It feels like we've been doing the show for 3 hours, but I look at the clock, it's only 5 minutes past 10. We got the point, yes.
Well, Ian, I got upset because you cut us off.
Oh, for Christ's sake, John! Everyone gets. This is why we're not taking callers on Monday. Everyone gets cut off, John. Everyone gets cut off, and everyone at some point gets a cob on because they think I've cut them off.
It was a serious thing I was talking about,
mate,
you know.
John,
and you didn't seem to look at it that way, you know.
John, all right. Do you want to do this, or we could what? Because right, it went on for ages. It was coming up to the time to do the news.
We were late for the news.
It was late for the news, and I didn't get what the point was, and it was just going on for ages. I nearly saw
it. It wasn't really going that long, yeah.
John, it's my show. It was going on too long. It was going on too long. I didn't get what the point of it was.
Well, it was a nasty thing, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't understand the story. After listening for 7 minutes, I didn't understand what the story was. Listen, everybody gets cut off. Everybody thinks they understand the act until the act goes against them. Everybody,
fair enough,
everybody thinks that they know they get special treatment until they don't get special treatment anymore. I don't know what to say.
I don't want special treatment, Ian.
Well, it feels like you do.
Listen, do you not think it's a serious thing where...
I don't know what... Listen, after 10 minutes of listening to you, right, here we go. After 10 minutes of listening to you...
Here we go.
Yeah, here we go. After 10 minutes of listening to you, with us being late for the news, I still had no idea what you were talking about, mate, if I'm completely honest.
10 minutes before the news, Ian? I don't think I was.
You were... John... For Christ's sake, man, right? You were on for a long, long time talking bollocks, and then we were late for the news, and I didn't know what you were talking about. And if I'm going to say it, I'm going to say it, Catherine. I found it boring. My job, right? Listen, it may be the most mind-expanding, wonderful, huge, controversial thing to you. My job is to drive this show along. And keep it moving and keep it interesting. John, I was bored. I was bored.
Great, that's fair enough. But when the way you cut us off, I was a bit surprised.
What did you want me to do, John? Did you want me to send you a letter and thank you very much for your time?
No.
What did you want me to do, mate? I was late for the news. I was late for the news, John. What did you want?
Ian, do you not think people should be aware what might be happening when they go into the public toilets?
John, I still don't... It's still boring. It's boring. You're phoning up to complain about two things. You're now phoning up to complain either about the state of public toilets or that I cut you off in a disrespectful way. Which of those is the most important to you?
Both. They're both the same.
Okay, you've got to pick one.
No, I'm not picking any.
No, you've got to. No. You've got to. You're admiring. You've got to pick one. Which of those at this precise moment in time is the most important to you?
Bye, Ian.
Don't hang up on me in a disrespectful manner. Jesus. They all turn. Oh, dear. I'm going to get a load of tweets now. They all turn. Don't they? Don't they?
It would seem so.
It was a boring call. I had no idea what it was on about.
The punchline...
It went on for ages to get to who knows what.
The punchline was about 10 seconds towards the end of the call, and it did wind a bit.
Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. When you phone up... This is the perfect example of why from Monday we are having no more calls, right? Because the sense of entitlement, right? Here's the thing. You phone up, you'll get cut off. Everyone gets cut off.
Because we have no fader in here.
Yeah, you get cut off. What did you want me to do? Thank you, kind sir. Doth appreciateth your time and your effort, and your call and your details have been logged in the Talk Radio Call of Fame, and we shall once, on this day, 10 years hence, we shall dance a merry jig with fair maidens to commemorate your... What am I supposed to do? It's a bloody phone-in show.
Whoa, I saw one yesterday accusing me of saying something that I didn't say that was apparently about him, and it wasn't. No, yesterday when I was saying I was going to block you and then I said I was going to mute you.
Oh, yeah! I was me apparently muting myself.
About him!
And that, Digital Spy, Mirror Online, Dan Wooten, that is why from Monday, because this is really pushing me to the edge now. I really am. Luckily, I've got a session with my therapist next week because I really am being pushed to the edge now. That is why, from Monday, this is not a phone-in show anymore. It's a show. Hit the ads.
Across the UK.
Speakers off, please.
And on DAB.
Weekends with Penny Smith.
On Talk Radio.
I'm Penny Smith. Join me on Talk Radio for the perfect weekend breakfast. I'm going to be reviewing the papers, taking a look at all the best new film, book and theatre releases, and I'm going to be chatting to a whole host of celebrity guests, live in the studio. Weekends with Penny Smith. Saturday and Sunday morning from 7. On Talk Radio, we'll get you talking.
Late night conversation.
some wealth-losing sleepover. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
Here we go. John's tweeting. Is it the same one? It can't be the same one. Seriously, is this for real? It's a talk show. I thought that's the producer's job to screen the calls. I think you might need coaching by James Whale. I think you might need coaching by the back of my hand, boy.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
That's a good one, though. That's a good one.
Oh, man alive. And this is why we're not taking calls. Here we go. My wife went to bed early because John was driving her mad. It was a really dull call, right? My job is to try and keep the show. The song at 11 o'clock was The Babies. It's Isn't It Time, which is just a great song that not many people know. I've got to try and make the show interesting. It was a dull call. Everyone gets cut off, and I was late for the news. That was certainly not a, can you hang around after the news? John, we've had some great calls in the past. That call wasn't great. Fine, deal with it. You know, no need to have a hissy fit. Let's go to Dan. Good evening, Dan.
Oh, hello, Ian.
Hello, Dan.
And hello, Kat. How you doing?
I'm all right, thank you.
Right, I was just phoning. I was going to phone in earlier to say, please don't stop taking the call, of course, because I know it's incredibly frustrating and a bit of a ball ache for you, but it is really funny listening.
You reckon?
For the last fella, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what? We've had some great calls with John. We've had some really, really good calls with John. And I hope John calls back again. And I hope John stops acting like a little petulant 12-year-old and stops having a hissy fit and gives us a... Well, we won't...
Here's the deal. None of it is personal. None of it's personal.
No, exactly. What's good for the listeners is that sometimes when they are that bad, that your response becomes really funny for the listener. So I know it's really frustrating for you, but please don't stop taking the calls.
Okay.
But after the last fella, I do understand that was becoming very painful.
Yeah. I mean...
But it's a great show. It's a brilliant show.
Okay.
Please, that was all, really.
Okay, well, nice one. Dan, thank you very much indeed. That was a boring call. Let's go to Julie. Hello, Julie.
Hello.
Hello, Julie.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Julie.
Hello, Ian.
What you got for us, Julie?
I just wondered what you thought on something I'd been through in my life, really. Which was in 1999, I had a cop death.
Oh, dear gosh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, very, very awful.
Yeah.
I've got 4 beautiful girls, but that was my little boy.
Yeah, I bet
He
that
was
was
called Regan.
Regan.
Yeah, and he died...
Was he named Regan after the Sweeney?
No, he wasn't.
Where did you get that name from? 'Cause you don't get many Regans these days, do you?
It was actually Paul Gascoigne and Cheryl Gascoigne's son's name. And
There you go, you see. It's a good name. Go.
And it meant... And what it means is Little King, which he was.
I bet he was. I'm really sorry. I can't even begin to imagine what that's like.
Bless you. But what my interest is in is 13 years later, they found his brain in a jar in Southampton Hospital. Yeah, so 6 years ago, suddenly, I had 2 bereavement police turn up at my door, dressed in plain clothes.
Hang on a minute. So let me just... so, hang on. So Regan died in 1999.
Yeah.
And then what year did they find this? Or you got told about this?
2012. January 2012.
Oh, Julie.
Oh. News. I made pages, the front page of the Sun. I didn't make page 3, but 4 and 5 I made.
So you had a couple of coppers turn up at your house one day?
Yeah, literally plainclothes policemen. I thought it was my M&S delivery.
Yeah. Oh, God, well...
I'm on Google, you'll laugh. Well, you wouldn't laugh, but you have to laugh, Ian, don't you? And
I'm glad you can see it that way, yeah, go on.
Well, and, I've sank and been resuscitated a few times, but, you know, that's another story.
All right, stop showing off. Listen to me showing off. Look at this is great. Go on, go on.
No,
I'm teasing you. Go on. So the coppers came round, and what did they say there? How did they break that?
Basically, as I say, I had a tap on the door. 2 plainclothes policemen there.
Yeah.
And they went, Julie blah-de-blah, my last name.
Yes.
And,
funny last name.
well, it's Middleton, I'm on Google.
Okay.
Anyway, So I was like, who are you? You know, I thought, oh, can't pay, take it away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was a single mum of 4 girls. And so anyway, they said, oh, we have some bad news for you, come in. And I wasn't speaking to my dad. I didn't speak to my dad. And I thought maybe he died, because they said we're from bereavement police.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So then they sit on the couch opposite me. I sort of set them down. And they were like, your son Regan? No, they said sorry. They started off, we've got some bad news. I was like, just tell me. Do you know what I mean? They start this nice spiel.
Oh, you just get it. Yeah, I know. Just come on. Let's have.
Yeah.
Give me the punch to the gut.
Yeah, isn't it? You know it's coming. So they then just said, your son's. Well, we're doing organ retention. What's the word? Audit. They were doing an audit of retained organs, but Regan died as the Alderhay scandal was going on.
Right, okay. Now, Alderhay, if you remind me, have I got this right? Alderhay was a hospital where they had been keeping loads of different organs from kids of all ages that had died.
Absolutely.
Right, and the parents had thought that they'd buried their children or cremated their children intact, but there were bits. Okay, right, yes.
Yeah. So they weren't intact.
Yeah.
When Regan died, I was told that tissue samples would be removed to ascertain a cause of death.
Yeah.
You know, that was fine. I said I don't mind that because, you know. Anyway, they didn't tell me before this, but legislation changed in 2006, whereas before 2006, parents didn't have to be informed. Really? It didn't change until 2006, where parents then had to be informed. So it took them 6 years to audit it, and get to me, you know. And Regan died in 99. Human rights came in 2000. I didn't have a leg to stand on for anything.
Yeah.
We got no money. There was 1,400 of us in the end. I spoke out purely because I didn't want any other parent that had been through what I'd been through to get that tap on the door with no warning. There was nothing.
When you listen, because you know, I pray to God that I'm never in a position where, you know, I'm burying my kids or any of that stuff, and so I'm as far removed from this as I want to be, because I'm very lucky.
Absolutely,
but when you find that, I can't begin to imagine when someone tells you, look, your son has you died, 13 years ago. Actually, his brain is in a jar. I can't even begin to comprehend how that makes you feel.
You can't, can you? I was literally numb. It was like, and like I said in the interviews at the time, Ian, I said, it's like a volcano that was sort of ashy, again, after the lava of Regan dying, and it was like the lava had started all over again. It brought back awful memories, and they say they're going to support you, but I had nothing.
Really?
Absolutely nothing, which is going on to sort of the mental health thing. And, you know, it's also what they say, you know, what I say to people is like when you're going through something troubled, you can ring a friend up, can't you, and say, oh, he's dumped me, or... Do you know what I mean? But I haven't got anyone to ring with that. Do you know what I mean?
I think I do know what you mean. So how did you cope with that, then?
I didn't.
Oh, what happened?
I'm still sorry.
You've got nothing to be sorry about here. You take your time.
Thank you. Sorry, I'm crying. It's just a downward spiral from there, and I'm at a place now where I'm going to get a fresh start. I'm in a really good place. To start again, to fresh start. A lot of shit happened since then. A lot of rubbish, which I don't obviously want to go into, but it's been a downward spiral, but I'm at a place now where I'm just going to have a fresh start. So.
And what does a fresh start mean for you?
It means finding me, liking me, and loving me.
The liking yourself is a tough one, isn't it?
Isn't it?
It's a real tough one.
Oh.
It's a real tough one.
With all the cynics out there and the judges.
Yeah,
I love those.
It's a
don't
tough
you?
one. How did? I'm trying to ask a question that's going to sound.
Yeah, what happened in the end?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, how did you? How did you kind of resolve? And resolve is too final a word, but how did you resolve that situation?
Well, as I said, they came out.
Yeah.
And I was numb, absolutely numb. Again, it was all like reliving what I'd already been through.
Yeah.
And it was sort of kids picking up school time, so all my friends were not in. It was like 3 o'clock, and everyone's on the school run, aren't they? So, they managed to get hold of a friend of mine, and it sort of not so close, but yeah, he came over. Luckily, I wasn't on my own. I don't think they wanted to leave me on my own. But my sort of grievance in it all really is I'd have liked, we got not a penny, any of us, and I'd have liked to have taken my 4 girls on a nice holiday. So something good came of it, do you know what I mean? But you didn't get anything anyway. So they offered me, I could have given the brain for students to work on, right? I could bury the brain, I could have a funeral for the brain, I could have basically anything I wanted.
Did you see it?
No, I did not, no.
You didn't want to see it?
No, I did not, no. I saw him, that was plenty. You know, I found him dead, and it wasn't even overnight, it was on a Monday afternoon, which was bizarre. You know,
Julie, I'm so sorry, love.
Yes, you're just left in a chasm of shit, you know? How do I get out of this? Yeah, so it's been a bit tough.
What did you decide to do?
Well, I buried the brain with Regan, and, you know, he was, I suppose, when my ex-husband carried his little white coffin, we thought he was complete then, you know? So, but yeah, so,
well done for getting through it.
Thank you.
Well done for getting through it and for, completing the circle for your boy.
Thank you, bless you. That's really, really lovely. I just wanted to know your stance on it all, really, Ian, because your opinions really, really intrigue me. And I'd really...
What opinion is there? What opinion is there? You've had the shitty set of cards dealt you.
Yeah.
And then you were stitched up at the... it's horrendous. It's horrendous. It's horrendous.
Yeah.
And no parent... losing any kid is awful, but then having to go through that thing again 13 years later, no one should have to go through that, Julie. No one should. You've been really unfairly treated.
Oh, thank you.
How are your girls?
They're amazing. They're absolutely
How
amazing.
old are they?
They are 22.
Flipping heck.
Got Chloe at 22.
Yes.
George is 20.
Yes.
Amelia's 15 and Lola's 11.
Okay. Now, and they, all of them doing all right?
Yes, they're all amazing, thank you, yeah. They've got me as their mum, so they've got a strong role model, which is good.
Yeah.
Their dads don't really want to know, which is not very nice,
well,
but,
that's a shame. Yeah, that's the thing. They've got you. Yeah. Things might change with the dad later on, they might not.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. Don't worry about that. It's the 5 of you you've got to worry about now.
Yeah, but anyway, another thing I tried to do was law change with Amber Rudd. In the fact that if somebody does something to a child untoward, without going into too much detail, I tried to get the law changed. But if they do something untoward to a child, that they automatically lose parental rights.
Well, we're going off on a different tangent here.
I just wondered.
That's a big one to throw in. Who knows? I don't know. It depends what they do. It depends.
I'll leave you with that one.
Leave me with that. Maybe we'll talk about that another night. But
no worries. Thank you so much.
Hey, listen, man. Anytime you wanna just check in and just let us know how. Do you still speak to him? Do you still speak to Regan?
Funnily enough, me and my 20-year-old, we share a flat.
Yeah.
And he plays tricks on us, genuinely.
Go on, what does he do?
Honestly, what does he do, George? Oh. Can I put my daughter on? Because I can't remember. Hang on, it's Georgia. Hang on.
Hello.
Hey, Georgia, how you doing?
Good, thanks, you?
Yeah, your mum's pretty amazing, isn't she?
Yeah, she's a very strong woman.
She's had a lot of... You've all had a lot of bad luck, you know. I'm sure the whole thing has been, very upsetting for you as well.
I don't really remember him, but...
Yeah.
I was only one at the time,
Yeah,
but
of course.
when we moved out, I remember rolling around on the bed with him,
Yeah.
but it was after he died.
Oh, Georgia.
And my mum's told me, I've always told her that story.
Yeah. And he comes back and plays little tricks, does he?
Yeah.
Little monkey. What a little monkey, eh?
Yeah.
What kind of mischief does he get up to?
I think it's him telling us he's tricksy like us.
Yeah.
So I've got the sticker book, and me and my mum had an argument, and then on the light switch there was this little sticker with a smiley face, and it had a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And it was on the light switch.
And he put that there, did he?
Yeah, I think so.
This is the thing with little boy. I've got little boys, and they put stickers and bogies and everything everywhere. So, sounds like the kind of thing.
Aww.
Thanks for speaking to us. Thanks for speaking to us, George. And you know, you're pretty. All four of you are pretty special, and your mum's pretty special as well.
Thank you.
You've done well. Just hang in there.
Thank you.
Hey, nice to talk to you.
We just wanted to say...
Yes?
You were bloody brilliant on I'm a Celeb.
Get right now. Get out of here now. Go get out of here.
You were absolutely
I should have won it, Julie. I should have won it. There we go. Let's say it now.
brilliant.
Should have
We
won.
voted, babe. We voted. But you're our winner anyway.
Well, you're very kind.
Thank you so much for being so lovely.
And nice to talk to you. Nice to talk to one of your girls. See you later on.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Gosh. Huh?
Aren't some people amazing, what they can overcome, what they can live with?
Can't even begin to imagine. Can't even begin to imagine. Wow. Thank you for that, Julie. Thank you for that. That was, right, that's hit everybody hard, I think. 0344 499 1000. I think that's the telephone number. I forgot what I was saying halfway through. One of the joys of this show is the clunky gear change. So, you know, the next caller's going to be feeling a little bit, how do I follow that? You just dive in with whatever you were going to talk about before, because that is life. James, how are you doing, sir?
I'm fine, how are you?
I'm very, very well, James. I'm honoured that I got to speak to Julie and hear a bit of her story, but I'm looking forward to see what you've got for us tonight, James.
Well, I was listening to every word. I was so touched. You know, how could you not be?
Yeah.
Incredible. And it's on the same sort of theme, really. You know, Ken Dodd sadly passed away.
Yes. It was a funeral yesterday, I think, wasn't it? Yes.
That's right. Yeah. And but I have to say that it was quite refreshing to see so many smiling faces at a funeral. And I wonder if it's actually set the bar in a different place, because is it sort of obligatory to be as mournful and as sad as you could possibly be at a funeral?
I don't know. When at my dad's funeral, which gosh was I think 5 years ago now. Wow. I got up to speak. There were loads of laughs. I was getting laughs because he was a dodge pop, my dad. Plenty of laughs.
Yeah, well, you know, my mum and dad died, and also my niece died as well. It's not nice having somebody younger than you die in the family.
No.
But she was a humanist, and she had a humanist funeral.
Oh wow!
And it was, to be honest, it was really good. Because you know, it was talking about all the happy things and that, and she, you know, there was a film show of all the nice things she did in her life and that.
Yeah.
And it's very, very similar to the one that Ken Dodd had. And the guy was such a performer. In fact, I was going to get some tickets to go to see him in Nottingham, and it was in April. And sadly, of course, that show's not going to go ahead now.
Well, no, it'll be tricky to do now unless Derek Akora's working in the region and maybe you can summon them up. I don't know.
Yeah, but I want to tell you a few jokes to cheer everybody up.
Oh God, this could be all. I don't like jokes.
Well, I do.
I'm going to let you tell one joke, and if it's awful, I'm cutting you off.
All right.
Go on.
I was at school once, and I was copying the exam paper of the boy that sat next to me.
Yes.
And but the teacher heard the Xerox, and he said, "I could expel you." And I said, "Well, you'd have to catch me and eat me first." Oh goodness, that was a joke. Let's have a laugh.
Thanks for calling, James. I mean, I don't know.
I'll up in your business.
I can see Periscope. So we stream the show on Periscope, right? Jasmine, we'll come to you after the news. We stream the show on Periscope. So there's a few ways you can watch the show. Periscope.tv/Iain Lee. And then Matthew, our friend Matthew, then streams it on YouTube. And I think it's better to watch it on YouTube, youtube.com/rabbithole. And normally I have the cameras on the other side of the studio and I can't see what's going on. And I have a long cable that charges. I haven't got the long cable, so it's right by me. And I've forgotten what absolute a-holes there are on Periscope.
Oh, so many.
I can just see all these people being so rude and so mean and so snarky. I just forgotten what... I just forgot how mean and nasty Periscope was. I'm wondering if there's there is something I can do about it. There is something I can do about it. I can turn the chat off on there. We'll turn the chat. I can just see all these people being so rude and so mean and so snarky. I just forgotten what... I just forgot how mean and nasty Periscope was. I'm wondering if there's there is something I can do about it. There is something I can do about it. I can turn the chat off on there. Stop that.
Just turn it off.
Sure, let me do that. Yeah. That's old.
As Talk Radio serves up Julia's continental breakfast. Eurotunnel the Shuttle. Register now at talkradio.co.uk/competitions and you can win Eurotunnel Flexi Plus tickets and an incredible voucher worth £1,500 to rent a Novasol holiday home on the continent.
No, but I had to stop it.
Continental breakfast all next week on Talk Radio with Eurotunnel the Shuttle. With a 35-minute crossing time, Eurotunnel is the fastest.
Sorry, Periscopers, but just arseholes like Onion and all you fucking arseholes. Fuck off. No more chat on Periscope.
Until now.
No more chat on Periscope because of arseholes. If you want to chat, you can go to
that keeps canine carrying cars clean.
Anyway, well done. No more chat on Periscope. You want to chat, go to the YouTube channel.
Remove the unwanted hairs and odours pet passengers leave behind. Total Wax Power Out Pet Mess Kit. Trusted innovation inside and out. Available now from Euro car parts and all good retailers.
At John Lewis, we have a range of great offers for your big spring clean. There's £30 cash back on Miele's first
yes, I want some bloody water. Yes,
the Blizzard CX1 Cat and Dog combines great power and convenient design with an exclusive 5-year guarantee included at no extra cost. So with John Lewis, you can be sure your house is sparkling this Easter. Terms and conditions apply.
You can say anything to a mate. Anything. Call them every name under the sun. Wind them up. Bring them down a peg. Tell them stuff you never thought you'd tell anyone.
Sorry, guys. There'll be no more chat on Periscope.
Like brothers.
Not going to happen ever again. Chatters now stopped.
Like saying,
you want to chat? You can go down to the YouTube.
I love you, man, and I'm not going to let you drink drive. Stupid, innit? Mates don't let mates drink drive. Think.
Winston Wolfe, Direct Line. You're Harry the plumber.
Yeah?
A successful small businessman like yourself needs protection. Meet Lars and Vlad. They're big.
Hello?
Big shot lawyers, that is. See, they create and check legal documents that you can download. So you're covered. And this legal document service comes with your Direct Line insurance.
Wow. Yeah. Direct Line's public liability insurance includes a legal document service. Can your insurance do that? Search Direct Line Public Liability Insurance. New and existing customers underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
At DFS, sofas are always handmade to order in your choice of colour. And now all Spring Collection sofas are up to half price and available with 4 years interest-free credit. So whether you choose to have your sofa made in red, green, blue, lilac, grey, cream, black, brown, yellow, mulberry, mocha or fuchsia, you're sure to be tickled pink. Come and find your happy colour at DFS. Selected sofas end Tuesday.
At Wickes, there's 15% off every product this Easter. But it's a holiday. Introducing the Buy Now, Do It Later sale. Starts Friday. Wickes. T's and C's apply.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio, on the hour news headlines.
With the news, I'm Serena Farrow. The United Nations says there could be a return to Cold War-like tensions between America and Russia after the Salisbury spy poisoning. The Kremlin's announced it's kicking out 60 American diplomats. Well, Heather Naught, spokesperson for the US State Department, says the response isn't justified.
Our actions were motivated purely by the attack on the United Kingdom, the attack on a British citizen and his daughter. Remember, this is the first time that a weapons-grade nerve agent, Novichok, has been used outside of war on Allied soil.
Shareholders at British engineering firm GKN have accepted a takeover offer from Melrose. It's worth more than £8 billion. A 3-year-old boy has died after being hit by an articulated lorry as he crossed a road in Dorset. He was with his family when it happened in Wareham earlier. Officers say 2 18-year-olds who died in a road crash in Hampshire may have been lying at the scene for 7 hours before the alarm was raised. They think the car came off the road and crashed into trees in Basingstoke. A member of the public then reported it to the police in the early hours of the next morning. Now it's been revealed the Home Office doesn't have any record of more than 600,000 people who should have left the UK. A report by the immigration watchdog has revealed errors in the government's exit checks programme. Former Chief Executive of the Immigration Advisory Service, Keith Best, has told Talk Radio it's not about what happens at the border, though.
The biggest problem of people in the country illegally was not people who entered illegally, but people who entered legally, as visitors say, and then just overstayed their welcome.
Finally, NHS prescriptions for some over-the-counter remedies like paracetamol and cold treatments have been cut. We're being told it'll save millions of pounds
no more chat.
every
This is
year.
why I'm going to chat on Periscope. That's it.
Sure,
I'm
eye
fucking
drops and
idiots.
even sun creams are amongst products that will
idiots like
no
that
longer be
being mean about.
routinely prescribed. Having a quick look at the weather, and it's staying wet and windy overnight, frosty too, but then it will clear in the morning, leave dry, sunny spells, particularly in the southeast.
The Late Night Alternative
No more chat.
with Iain Lee on
Fucked it up.
Talk Radio.
We have ways of making you talk.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road. It's where I'll always be. Every stop I make a new friend. Can't stay for long, just turn around and I'm gone again. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on. Down this road that never seems to end. When new adventure lies just around the bend. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow, the whole world is my home. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light,
I'm going to
that's
get up tomorrow
hobo
morning.
style. Maybe tomorrow I'll wanna settle down. Until tomorrow I'll just keep moving on.
I'm going to send things to annoy you.
down. Until tomorrow, I'll just keep moving on. There's a world that's waiting to unfold, a brand new tale no one has ever told. We've journeyed far, but you know it won't be long. We're almost there, and we paid our fare with a hobo song. Maybe tomorrow.
You fucked it up, Periscopers! You fucked it up!
You twats. Just keep moving on. So if you wanna join me for a while, just grab your hat, come travel light, that's hobo style. Maybe tomorrow I'll find what I call home. Until tomorrow, you know I'm free to roll.
Ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, on Talk Radio. She's Catherine Boyle. Monday to Friday, 10 o'clock at night till 1 o'clock in the bloody morning. And then, it's Paul Ross. And then at 5 o'clock, it's not James Max.
Oh?
I think James Max has left. I don't know. Maybe it is James Max in the week. But at some point, it's Christo Fufas.
Oh?
Christo Fufas and his giant spike. Christo Fufas, who once I was at a wedding with Christo Fufas, and he was so drunk, I had to say to him, Christo, could you give me my baby back now, please? Because he was holding my baby, and he was very, very drunk. Christo, just give me my baby back now, please. Thank you very much, mate. There we go. Thank you. There we go. It's true story. I like Christo.
Which baby was it? The one you like?
Yes, is the popular one. I like Christo. Christo's good. So, but I don't know if he's murdered James Max to get the slot. I don't know if they've had a fight to the death to sort this out. I don't know if he's doing weekends and James. I don't know if James Max, we're not supposed to mention him anymore.
Did they have a chat off?
I heard James Max getting roasted. I heard James Max getting spit roasted.
What?
On BBC Radio 4 on a programme to radio. One of my guilty pleasures. They do a consumer programme on Radio 4 called what's it called? Ask Me Now. No, what's it called?
Any Answers?
Any Answers. No, it's called
You and Yours.
You and Yours. I like it. I don't like it when it's called You and Yours, because then they only do one topic for the whole thing. I don't like it when it's that fella that does it. He annoys me.
Him and hers.
Yeah, doesn't work. Anyway, he was on there and he got destroyed. So maybe that's it. Maybe he embarrassed himself. Good evening, Jasmine!
Good evening, everyone. Hello.
Good evening, everyone. It's Jasmine, everyone. Hi, everyone.
Party started.
Reggae music. Reggae music, everyone. Party time.
Excellent.
Party time.
Prove it.
Okay, prove it.
Oh, yeah.
I have issues with Indians.
Yes. Oh, I've heard, by the way, Jonathan, your ban has been lifted like weeks ago. I've heard someone message me saying that Jonathan was struggling a bit.
Oh?
Yeah, was struggling. Well, I don't know if it was a Mickey take-up, but he was struggling a bit and was having a bit of was not having a great time. So, Jonathan, if you're listening, you're very welcome to call us, and we'd like to know what is going on with you, please. Anyway, Jasmine, what can we do for you?
I have a story for you when I was rescued by 2 ambulance cars and also the police.
You were rescued?
This month.
Hang on a minute, I'm struggling to remember why I do this job. You were rescued by 2 ambulance cars?
Yes.
What happened?
I fainted in the shower.
Fainted in the shower? She was naked and wet! Oh my God, the most well, it could have been worse. It could have been fainted on the toilet, but fainted in naked and wet. My God, what happened?
So I fainted and I did bang my head against the wall.
Yes.
And the water did go on all the time.
Yes.
And so I did swallow a lot of water.
Yes.
And it also went into my lungs.
Yeah.
But I did wake up then before the ambulance and the doctors arrived.
Right.
And then I had to throw up a lot of water and also cough water, and then slime came out. And
Did you, when you fainted, did you have that thing that sometimes people have when they wake up and they speak Chinese? Because I don't understand a word of this. Do you understand this?
She has got a foreign accent. It's
No,
not
I'm not being
syndrome.
not being racist, mate. I'm saying that tonight her accent is thicker than it is usually.
I don't think so. I think it's because you've been down a well.
Oh, it could be. She might have got me there, hoisted by my own bollards.
Carry on, Jasmine. Ignore him.
Show. Yes, go on.
okay, and a few minutes later,
Yes.
2 doctors and 2 assistant doctors were standing in my very small bathroom. And before they arrived, my mom did stress me a bit.
Good.
For obvious reasons.
Her mum dressed her a bit before they arrived.
Oh, flipping heck. Jesus. Listen, the doctor's seen a nunny, he's seen an a-hole, and he's seen a dick, right?
Not all on the same Jasmine.
Well, I don't know, but what I'm saying is a doctor has seen, has touched, has everything.
In this case, it wasn't central to the plot.
No, exactly.
So I didn't need to see that.
Oh,
or
God.
she.
When I go and see the doctor, Jasmine...
He goes in with his trousers down.
I sometimes even wear trousers. They've asked me...
Shall I pop up on the couch, doctor?
They've asked me to stop, going. It turns out it wasn't the doctors, it was the vets. It's the white coats. Gets me every single time.
So your mum dressed you
Yes.
a bit. Then what happened?
I blame your mum.
The thing is that the ambulance cars always make a very loud noise when they arrive.
Mm-hmm.
And I always get scared by this because when I wake up I don't know where I am. And then I always start screaming and those things. And yeah,
Can we get John to call back about the public toilets?
They made a big noise when they came in. She woke up and she didn't know what was happening. She didn't know where she was and she heard the noise.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Are you dying?
No.
Oh, well, okay. That's a shame.
She got better.
She got better? You got better?
Got better.
Bitter? Better? You got better? Did you get better?
Did they take you to the Krankenhaus?
Oh, the neue Krankenhaus.
Wow.
Or the alte Krankenhaus. The neue or the alte Krankenhaus?
Die große Krankenhaus.
Or the Scheiße Krankenhaus. Couldn't remember the word for small.
GCSE German.
Oh, man. Well, listen, I hope... Have they done an MRI scan on you?
What scan?
Yeah, have they put you in that long tube and seen if you got, anything in your head or anything?
Not yet, but the thing is that I did lose part of my memory.
She lost part of her memory?
Oh, God, I wish she'd forgotten our phone number. Catherine, don't be so rude about Jasmine. I like Jasmine because I like Jasmine on Twitter because she wears a very funky hat.
Du bist sehr böse.
Hey. Is your hat too tight? Ist hat zu tighten?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, you don't think so. You need to go and see a chapeau.
Hmm?
She needs to go and see a chapeau.
A chapeau.
A chapeau.
Chapeauteur.
Yeah.
Chapeauteur.
Okay, well, this is... Okay, I think we've squeezed all the magic. Well, I hope you're better.
She is. Apart from the memory thing.
Good evening, Dave.
Good evening, how are you?
I'm losing the will to live.
Oh, no.
I can see a light up in the sky, and I'm going towards it. I'm drifting towards
That's
that
not
light.
for you. You're going down.
Oh, God, no, it's calling in now as well. Barry from Western. Okay, right, okay, we can do this. Yes!
Come on. Your turn to speak, Dave.
Come on, Dave.
Oh, hello.
Dave.
So, your therapist has recommended that you don't do any more call-ins on your radio show?
That's correct, yes. It's not gonna be a phone-in show anymore, it's just gonna be a show.
Isn't it weird? Because my therapist says that I shouldn't call in anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, have you called us before?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I recognised the voice. And why does he say you shouldn't call in anymore?
Because if nothing else, he thinks it's preventing me from getting a good night's sleep.
Okay, well, what can I do to get you off?
Stop having people phoning to your radio show.
That's Monday.
Your wish is granted.
Just Monday.
That is Monday.
From Monday onwards.
From Monday onwards.
You've done everything that it says on the box. Then my therapist will be pleased.
Okay, thanks very much indeed. Shall I cut you off now?
There was one more thing, but if you've got callers lined up ready to go,
only boring callers.
Even more boring than me. Okay, so you fell down a well.
Yes.
Okay, and I only caught the start of the show, and I've just called back. Has anyone called in with any tales of falling down wells?
No.
Well, it's not really that close, but
yes.
When I was 9 years old, I was roller skating in my auntie's back garden. A new pair of roller skates that I really liked, yellow and black.
Yes.
And I was kind of supposed to be watching over my little sister, who was 2, and my cousin Alex, who also was 2.
Okay.
And they had a garden pond with, nice koi carp and stuff in there.
Yes.
And my cousin Alex, he was a bit hyper.
Yeah.
And he just ran straight for the pond and dived in head first.
Beautiful.
But the problem was, I'd got my new roller skates on.
Well, how old were you at this point?
9.
Okay, right, so I thought this was a recent event. Okay, fine, yes.
No, and,
You didn't want to get them wet, did you?
No, so I let him flounder.
Yeah.
And luckily, my mum happened to look through the window and legged it out like Wonder Woman and dived headlong straight in.
Well,
I got one hell of a backhander.
Well, that's a great story, and that's in the days when we could wallop kids.
Respectfully so, yeah.
Thanks very much for calling.
Me any harm.
Let's ask your therapist.
This show has been it's like pulling teeth tonight. Yeah. Isn't it? Does Paul Ross want to come in 45 minutes early?
No, he said he doesn't.
Oh. A bit tight, isn't it?
What's going on? Some dialogue.
Talk Radio. We'll get you talking. In the new Sun mobile app, you have all this. TV and shows exclusive to football and breaking news and exciting tips, sports and travel and fashion and beauty trends and celebs and real-life stories and Deirdre and sports and gossip and alerts that make sure you stay ahead of the game. And you can personalise your news feed so you only see the things you love. And it's free. Ideal. Download the new Sun mobile app. It's totally Sun-packed.
And she's got...
This is your captain speaking. I'd like to welcome you on board today's flight. As we're currently behind schedule, we're going to skip all the pre-flight checks and just proceed with takeoff. I've given the tyres a kick, and I think we've got enough fuel to get there, and the oil warning light hasn't come on yet, so buckle up and
I think it's because there's no chat and I've not put the title on.
Fly without the proper checks. So why drive without them? Highways England recommends you check your tyres, fuel and oil before every long journey. For more information on vehicle safety checks, search Think.
Days and weeks can fly by, but if you're worried it's cancer, time can slow down and almost stop. That's why, with Bupa Health Insurance, you can call us about any symptom of cancer without seeing your GP first. Depending on your cover and your symptoms, we can even refer you to a consultant there and then. Bupa Health Insurance. For living. To find out
Here we go.
Search
Here we go.
Hey!
I thought that was a joke.
Methods, and you may need to provide evidence the conditions are not pre-existing.
Welcome to EE Sports Talk. In today's... Shut up. Not you, Rio. But listen, the amazing new Samsung Galaxy S9 on EE comes with 2 years access to the BT Sport app.
UEFA Champions League on the S9. Get it.
It also shoots in
105,000 followers of that one.
Speechless, Kev.
A speechless radio
What did I mention in the show, man?
It's a game changer. Amazing new
Daily Mail,
Daily
Mail website.
Live tweets or deal.
Only with 24-month Consumer Max plans. £5
Oh,
a month,
Rebecca
selected other
Lawrence.
plans. iOS 8, Android 4.3 or Windows 10 and TV license required. Other terms apply. See ee.co.uk.
Ian, who recently split from his wife, with whom he shares 2 children, recalls, I'm stood at this well.
The
What's that got to do with any of
spring
it?
sale is here.
He has a
where there's
house,
free delivery.
a
And this
motorbike,
Easter, there's an
and a
extra
cat.
20% off bed frames over £300 till Monday. With
He
only
had to
5
take
days
his
left. The clock's ticking. That's what dreams are made of. T's and C's and minimum spend applies. At John Lewis, we have a range of great offers for your big spring clean. There's £30 cash back on Miele's First Baggers vacuum cleaner. The Blizzard CX1 cat and dog combines great power and convenient design with an exclusive
tweet says
5-year
included.
guarantee
Fucking
included at
brilliant.
no extra cost. So with John Lewis, you can be sure your house is sparkling this Easter.
That's a good picture. That was taken in Windsor.
Our
Shortly after I got
estate
back from
agents
the jungle.
revolting.
What's that picture?
At eMove, we are really revolting. We're revolting and revolutionising to create an easier and fairer way to sell your home. We're calling it an
I don't think they're taking it seriously at the Daily Mail.
savings of online with real dedicated property experts at every step of your sale. Revolt with us. Join the e-movement. Visit emove.co.uk. Rated the UK's #1 hybrid estate agent on all agents.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
Right, I just want to say the Daily Mail are now running with the story about the well. They've printed a picture of a well. That is not the well. That is not the well. I wouldn't fall down that.
No.
That is not the well.
That's clearly a decorative well. That's not...
That doesn't go anywhere.
No.
That
you
is
wouldn't
not...
fall in that. You would fall over it.
That is not the well. Let's go to David. Good evening, David.
Hello?
Hello, David.
Hello, how you doing?
Very well, thank you, even though you're on speakerphone. What have you got for us?
No, I just come off it. I just telling you about my wee bit of luck. I just found 20p.
Where'd you find it, Dave?
Well, I was walking with my dog.
Yeah.
And I tripped up and just did a wee bit of moss. I found a 20p piece.
Oh, did you?
I did, but I'm a wee bit stuck.
Well, try and pull it out.
I can't. I'm just feeling about 15 foot.
Oh.
Down a well.
Are you wet?
Well.
Well?
That's debatable.
Thank you very much indeed. That was, I don't know what accent that was, but...
It was several.
Several accents. We've got 2 Andys. We're going to go to Andy in Scotland. Good evening, Andy.
Well, to me.
To you?
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Okay. Taking me back by that. Okay.
Yes.
Good morning to you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Just to let you know that I know you don't get involved in politics and all the rest.
Well, I do sometimes. Yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
Yes.
But I'm not very happy how Theresa May came up to Scotland today.
Why, did it stop you drinking?
No.
I can tell. I can tell, mate.
Okay.
9 sheets to the wind you are, Andy. Aren't you? You've had a good day, buddy. You've had a good day.
Right. Oh, yeah, I've had a brilliant day.
I can tell it, mate. A brilliant day down the boozer.
No. I've done an educational day.
Oh, really? What, wine tasting?
I was doing a new course for CITB course to get my blue card for going on instruction on the site.
On how to drink?
Well, no.
No.
Not that, no.
No.
Okay.
No.
But anyway.
Yes?
I'm not very happy how Theresa May came up to Scotland, went to Ayr.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
When she should have came up to Arbroath.
Yes.
To discuss the ins and outs of exit and Brexit.
Exit and Brexit, yes.
Okay.
Right. Why? Hang on a minute. Why are you not happy?
Well, the Declaration of Arbroath said that no man should. I'm trying to get this right now.
I know you are. Here we go.
Declaration of Arbroath is that all Scotsmen should be together to guarantee their right to have independence for Scotland.
Right.
Okay?
What on earth? Right. Can I interrupt you, Andy?
Yeah.
What the bloody hell are you talking about, man?
Well, independence in Scotland.
What's that got to do with Theresa May going to Ayr?
Well, she shouldn't have been there doing that. she should have came up to Arbroath.
No, why? Why should she have gone to Arbroath?
Because that's where the declaration of Arbroath was given.
Who gives her stuff? What's that got to do with her talking about Brexit?
Because England and Wales took us out of the EU.
But no.
Scotland and
Tough.
Ireland,
No, the
Northern Ireland, sorry.
No, the United
Northern
Kingdom
Ireland
voted to leave. The United. You're insane, man. You're insane. You haven't got. Listen, you had a referendum on independence. You voted to stay part of the United Kingdom. Tough luck. You've got to accept what all the other saps have voted for.
Scotland and Northern Ireland didn't agree to that.
You voted for it. You voted to be part of the.
No, we didn't.
Will you shut up for a minute, man? Because you're talking rubbish. You voted to be part of the United Kingdom, right? You had a vote on independence and you blew it, right? You voted to remain part of the United Kingdom. So, you have to accept what the United Kingdom as a whole voted for. Next, you'll be saying that London should stay part of the European Union because a lot of people in London voted to remain.
Okay, can I speak now?
Of course you can, yeah.
Right, okay. Now, we didn't agree to be part of the United Kingdom.
Yes, you did.
People always wanted independence.
No. You had a referendum and you voted to remain part of the United Kingdom.
That's only because what your politicians said.
No, your politicians.
No, yours.
No, yours.
No,
ours.
yours.
No, ours.
No,
they're ours. It's your Prime Minister. It's your Prime Minister.
No, sorry. Nicola Sturgeon wanted Scotland to come out to get independence.
Yeah, I know she did. That's because she works for the Scottish Nationalist Party, who wanted independence. She managed to swing it, so there was a referendum, and then the people of Scotland, voted to remain part of the United Kingdom.
And the only reason, because we're still in the UK, is because what your government...
No, it's our government, and the only reason you're still in the UK is because you voted to stay in the UK.
No,
well, yes.
It's only because 5% said
what does it matter?
Want to be in the UK.
That doesn't matter. Okay. Well, no, it wasn't 5% that said they wanted to be in the UK. The majority of people who voted, and it was a pretty high turnout, it was in the 90-something%, voted to remain part of the UK. So I'm afraid that you have to... Good God, yes?
I'll say that I can guarantee, if we go for an independence vote again, right? Scotland can break away.
Okay. Well, and I bet you guaranteed that last time as well, didn't you?
Sorry?
Yeah. You guaranteed... I bet you were pretty confident last time that Scotland would vote for independence.
I'll guarantee you this time.
No, I'm talking about this time. I'm talking about last time. I bet you were pretty confident that... I bet you were... Well, you shut up, man. I bet you were pretty confident that last time Scotland was going to vote for independence.
Against what Scotland...
No.
There you go. Boris Johnson said there was going to be something like £354 million a year.
No, we're not talking about that now. We're talking about Scottish independence. We're talking about... Andy. No, Andy, you're drunk, you're slurring, you're talking nonsense, you're arguing against yourself. It's embarrassing, man.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I can guarantee you that...
No, you can't, because it's not going to happen. I bet you were confident that in the last Scottish independence referendum that people would vote to leave the United Kingdom. I bet you were confident of that, weren't you?
And we'll do that again.
No, you're not doing it again. You've had your chance.
No, we can do it.
No, you can't.
Because I'll tell you why.
What, you're going to punch me?
No, I won't do that. But I'll tell you why. Because Theresa May can't come up to Arbroath.
She went to Ayr.
To give her speech...
Do you know why she didn't go to Arbroath?
Because she's scared.
No, she didn't want to meet rude people like you.
I'm not rude.
You're quite rude.
Okay, if you say I'm.
Thank you very much.
I do apologise.
I accept your apology. Your rudeness has gone down by a factor of 3.
I'm very sorry. If I've upset anybody,
that sarcasm has gone up by a factor of 1.
But she should have come up to Arbroath to put...
who gives a shit? Seriously, Andy, seriously, right? Do you really give a shit about this?
I do.
Why? Why do you care about this at 12:30 on a Thursday night? Why do you care?
Because...
You don't care!
It's our nationality.
You don't care that she went to Ayr and not Arbroath. You don't care.
Yes, I do. Of course
Well,
I
then
do.
you're an idiot.
Why am I?
Because it's boring.
Why am I boring?
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Wherever she went, right? She was all over the country today talking about Brexit, right? It was a flipping PR trail, mate. It was an advert.
Of course it's a PR trail.
Of course it's a PR trail.
Came up to her
No,
phone.
wherever she went, do you know what would have changed after today? Do you know what would have changed?
Nothing.
You got it, buddy. Nothing changes.
Will change.
Nothing changes. Nothing changes.
She needs to come up with...
No, she doesn't, and she won't.
I know she won't. but
Exactly, so get over it. Let it go.
If she wants to make a point, okay, to come up...
No, she doesn't, but she doesn't. It's a pity. She wanted to go and stand in front of cameras, hold babies, and look concerned. That was all it was, mate. It was an advert.
I know, but if she really wants to prove her point...
But she doesn't. She doesn't want to prove a point. She wanted to make an advert. She wanted some photographs, and she wanted to be on the local news.
What I'm saying is, if she wants to make a point...
She doesn't.
Sorry, okay, right, okay. If she wants to make a point...
Which she doesn't.
Prove a point,
Which
okay?
Which she doesn't.
Well, okay, I understand that, okay?
Right, yes.
But understand this, okay, what I'm saying.
Okay.
If she wants to prove a point and make a point, she needs to come up to prove to the local communities that what she's affecting and to get the votes.
Okay, now you're just saying words that you've heard on other radio stations.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are. That last thing didn't make any... She's not... What are you talking about votes for? What votes are you talking about?
I'm telling you, if she wants to stay in... If she wants her government to stay in power...
That's not what today... Andy, man, that's not what today was about!
She needs to prove the point.
That's not what today was about!
Yeah.
It wasn't about votes, man!
She wants to take us out the EU, and that's what's going to happen.
Yes, I know that's what's going to happen. Today wasn't about votes. You just say... Why am I arguing with a drunk man? Andy, good evening.
Okay.
There we go.
Talk Radio. Listen.
What the hell was that?
Talk Radio. We'll get you talking. Get behind the wheel and set off on a radical road trip as Talk Radio serves up Julia's continental breakfast with Eurotunnel and Shuttle. Register now at talkradio.co.uk/competitions and you could win Eurotunnel Flexi Plus tickets and an incredible voucher worth £1,500 to rent a Novasol holiday home on the continent. Tuck into Julia's continental breakfast all next week on Talk Radio with Eurotunnel and Shuttle. With a 35-minute crossing time, Eurotunnel is the fastest way to cross the Channel by car. At Wix, there's 15% off every product this Easter. But it's a holiday. Introducing the Buy Now, Do It Later sale. Ends Monday. Wix. T's and C's apply.
This is the sound of pen on paper. But it's also the sound of a thank you note. Because saying thank you is important. We're with you. So we're saying thank you with British Gas Rewards, including free energy days. Join today. When you're with British Gas, we're with you. Terms and conditions apply.
When I saw Leeds United in 1966 from this very end, I saw them white shirts and I knew that were for me. That were my team. And I've not missed a game anywhere in the world since 1968 when I was 12. Following Leeds in pain and glory, it's been a roller coaster, and then we've gone from one extreme to the other. We were playing Valencia in a semi-final in the European Cup, and just a matter of years later we were playing Yeovil in the league, in League One, and that brings you down. Leeds United fans are, for me, are second to none. They've had so much thrown at them over the years, never gained any recognition. There's such a special breed. And for me, they really are the best fans in the world. It means so much to me being a Leeds United fan.
I'm annoyed that I missed an apostrophe out, but yeah, it's a good tweet. I was angry. I was in the well.
Fan-fueled stories that matter.
Don't know why you can't do the show.
Avoiding your DIY.
I'm in a fucking well.
Seal will now help get it done with powers of persuasion. Concentrate on the brush strokes.
Man. You enjoyed that.
Back and forth.
Feel
your own
no, not at all.
Moving.
That last thing, though, you just go up here and vote, just saying words.
I know, I did think...
It goes on so smoothly, even on damp wood. Now, just
But,
do exactly what it says on the tin.
Again,
Ron Seal.
Skyrim, VR.
The late night
virtual reality. Virtual reality dragons and swords and magic.
Off the leash on Talk Radio.
Just showing Catherine the new game I bought for the PlayStation. I'll be streaming this Saturday evening. Skyrim VR. Virtual reality Skyrim. It's dragons. Did you just fart then?
It's my foot on the desk.
All right then.
Don't you dare.
It's virtual reality dragons and all that kind of stuff. But with the goggles on, it'll feel like I'm going to be there. I'm thinking of buying myself a fan, big, powerful, like a Beyonce type fan, so that I can feel like I'm stood on top of a mountainside, casting spells.
Such a plum. Ask for Jerry's.
Casting spells and
unmanageable earlier.
Magic and all kinds of wonderful things.
Well, that'll be fun, won't it?
It will be a lot of fun. I'll be streaming that tomorrow, guys, on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/rabbithole. And really, really, really looking forward to playing that for 10 minutes and then getting either motion sick or bored. Let's go to the Andy we should have gone to first, the other one. Good evening, Andy.
Hey, Ian, how you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you, mate. What you got for us?
I've got to be honest, I always used to think when I was a kid that being on the radio must be the greatest job in the world, but after listening to you tonight, oh, man, I feel for you.
It is, no, hang on a second, it is the best job in the world, isn't it, Catherine? It's the best job in the world.
I've not really had many other jobs.
No, it's the only
best job I've had.
It's the only one I'm qualified to do.
world.
Oh, it's great. It's great, man. We get to argue with people that won't remember us in the morning. It's fantastic.
Well, listen, I saw, obviously, the title of the show tonight, and I heard somebody mention about Ken Dodd's funeral yesterday.
Yes.
I live in Sheffield, and I went up to Liverpool especially for it.
Oh, yeah.
I know you said a few weeks ago that you weren't a massive Ken Dodd.
Not a massive Ken Dodd fan, but I get why people like, I'm not going to speak ill of the man, but he didn't really do it for me, but he did it for lots of other people, and the fact that he was still working at the age of 90 shows he must have something.
And that's the greatest thing about comedy.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't like, I'm not a Michael McIntyre fan.
Oh, God, no.
But it doesn't mean I don't appreciate the fact that people...
Oh, no, he's terrible. He's awful.
You know,
he's the anti-comedy.
He brings a lot of pleasure to a lot of people.
I think I've got to buy a new controller.
It's for the PlayStation or Xbox?
For the PlayStation, I've got to buy another Move Motion controller. It's always money, isn't it?
I get you. But no, the whole thing is about comedy. It's divisive, you know?
Yes.
Michael McIntyre makes people watch comedy who probably haven't watched it before and then go on to watch other comedians.
Yeah. Mrs. Brown's Boys is comedy for people who don't get comedy.
Yeah, you see, I don't like that either, Kath. But if it brings people...
It's snobby of you. It's very snobby of you, Catherine. That
Thank
very
you.
snobbish.
Thank you.
And I think that attitude. I think it behooves you to.
Be what?
Behooves you. Mm-hmm. I just think it shows you off as being a bit of an arsehole.
Do you know? To me, Mrs. Brown's Boys is the extras. You know, the sitcom When the Whistle Blows, for Who the Whistle Blows.
Oh yeah.
Sitcom in the sitcom. That's what Mrs. Brown's Boys
is. That the cartoon about the nan and granddad in the nuclear war?
No, not the Roman Brick one.
I'm really giving some references for the 15, 16-year-olds tonight. I really am.
They're digging it. They're digging it big time.
Digging it, man.
It's lit, as I believe they say now these days.
Digging it, man.
But anyway, listen, the one thing I was calling for was to ask about whether you were okay about the well, and, you know...
I'm alright.
The reason I say that is because I fell down twice in the last 2 days.
Here we go. Go on. Yes.
One at Ken Dodd's funeral, and I'm sorry if I distracted anyone away from the big screen.
Yes.
Basically, I didn't see a set of concrete stairs, so I ended up plummeting down them.
Yes.
And then today, and I'm going to mention that I was in the pub, but I wasn't tipsy, and I just fell out coming down there, so I got a massive graze on my leg, a massive graze on my elbow, massive graze on my forearm.
I'm in the Evening Standard as well now. Yeah, and you just feel stupid, don't you? You just feel stupid.
You know, people were asking me if I'm alright, and it's your pride.
Yep.
That hurts more.
Well, all right, all right, Andy, listen, someone's just sent me this, right? This is the Evening Standard, right? You talk about your pride, right? Listen to my pride. Headline, it's not funny. Iain Lee rescued by emergency services after falling down a well. This is the Evening Standard, right? Comedian Iain Lee, I'm not a comedian, has revealed he had to be rescued by emergency services after falling down a well. The I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here star said he was left shaken by the fall and almost missed his live radio show as a result. Speaking on his talk radio show, Lee said it happened after he'd only got 3 hours sleep and was wandering around rural villages looking for a new place to live. He said, "There was a well. I'm stood at this well and I've got a 20p piece. I thought, I will make a little wish. I thought, I need a bit of luck, and I don't throw the coins into the well, I toss it, because I think it looks stylish. I did that and made a wish, and I heard the coin clink on the side. So I looked in, and it stuck. After falling in trying to dislodge it, he said, I'm there thinking, well, there's no point in me shouting, but of course you shout. And then I got my phone out and I did have a signal. I was able to call 999. The DJ was able to tweet about his accident, writing, sorry team, this is messed up. Tonight's show is cancelled as I've fallen down a well. This is not a joke. It's not metaphorical. It's an actual well. This is nuts. Phone dying. Help is coming, but I'm a bit shaken. It's not funny. Think I've sprained an ankle and I'm sopping. He later added, right, out of that bloody well. Wet, battered, limping. But big up to the fire service. Those men and women are absolute heroes. 2 trucks and 12 staff later, I'm out. Hopeful I make the start of the show at 10. Police car gonna blue light meter at Talk Radio. Incredible, spelled incredible wrong, but I was upset. Incredible service from the boys and girls in blue. Thanks. Hashtag never forget.
I thought you'd spelt it in Spanish, said increíble. You even had the accent on it.
Lee had previously announced... My keyboard is set to Spanish and it won't go to English. Vencero. Oh, that's Greek. Lee had previously announced he will stop taking calls on his radio show because of the behaviour of some of the callers. The DJ said the decision was taken for his mental health. So you think you've got problems? I'm in the Evening Standard online, and I'm just waiting for those comments to roll in.
Isn't it ironic that they say standard?
Yeah, exactly. Low, very low standard, I think is what the point he was trying to make.
You know, it's lazy journalism.
Yeah, man.
And I'm not ashamed or afraid to say that, you know.
No.
And the one thing from the falls that I've had...
I mean the Irish news as well, by the way, guys. Sorry, carry on.
The Irish people need to know this stuff.
Carry on. Go on, sorry.
International now.
Yeah,
International celebrity.
Yeah, go on.
But the one thing I was going to say is, you know, from the falls that I've had in the last few days, the kindness that people have shown me. Whenever you see something in the newspaper these days or on the media, it's also depressing, and it makes you think that the world's a terrible place to be and that nobody should be here anymore.
Yeah.
But then actually, when you go out and you get that snapshot of real life, the kindness of strangers and the humanity, it's still all there, you know?
People are awful. I hate people. And the sooner we get rid of people, the better it'll be for me.
Every people. Every kind of people.
Every kind of people. No, you're right. Most people, you're right. Do you know what, Andy? You're absolutely right. And well remembered to raise that. Yes, most people are all right and do a cracking job and they want to help. And that's absolutely true.
I just wanted to give you a call and say, when you do give up calls on Monday...
Yes.
You know, just maybe have a couple on Tuesday. Or maybe a couple more on Wednesday.
Don't tell me how to do my job.
Don't give up on people.
Cut him off.
Outrageous.
It's George. Good evening, George.
Good evening to you both.
How you doing, George?
Yeah, very well. I've been following all sorts of stories about you, and I was really hoping to be speaking with you running up to the 14th of April, and everything's looking wonderful for the party.
How are the preparations for it going?
Yeah, no, lovely. It's going to be special, and I will at last, after 33 years of trying a set of peaceful revolution in motion.
Fantastic. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there to witness it, so I'm looking forward to it.
The launch of the Wonder Party,
yes.
the party to end all political parties and lead us to a world of wonders. And I really love what I'm being made to imagine. I've written a couple of lyrics that I really like in the last couple of hours, and one of them starts off. It's called Silent Voices, and silent voices speak in our minds to make us think the thoughts that lead to our actions. We're being controlled by invisible factions.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Who are hereby sowing the imagination seeds that shall grow into the reed of reeds, the story that shall tell of how our world did change by a simple rearrange. And it goes on from...
Oh, I like that, man.
Yeah, no, so do I.
I'm feeling that vibe. That's a very nice, mellow 1:45 in the morning kind of vibe.
Yeah, well, for me, this is really exciting time. I mean, I'm just taking my mind back to 1985, the 14th of April, and a party that I staged at the Camden Palace. Did I tell you about
it? Was the one where it was a penny to get in and £3 or something to get out?
£3 to get out.
No one turned up and you ended up owing a fortune?
No,
a few turned up.
There were a lot of people turned up, but it just didn't work.
Yeah,
and, it was going to be the first of 7 events at the Camden Palace. I was going to release an audio tape. I was making tapes with Peter Cook and others, and we were going to release 7.
This is what I like about you, George, and this is a thing that I've only come to recently in my life, right? Is be prepared to fail. Always, you've got to keep taking risks, right? And there's no guarantee with a risk, is there? There's no guarantee it's going to be successful or it's going to pay off. And, I learn the most stuff when I get things wrong or when things don't work out the way I thought they were going to work out. And that's how we grow and that's how we evolve as human beings.
There's a quote, and I'm not sure whose it is. I like it. There's nothing more demoralising than aiming low and missing.
Yeah.
And so I've always been dreaming big, but made to dream big, and have been made to imagine a lovely future that we're all going to share. And I just what's happening politically with this whole Brexit nonsense, I think people will come to realise we'd be better off without countries and the people that...
I was in a room today, quite a big room, it was a studio, with, also in that room was Nigel Farage.
Right.
What a dark vibe that comes off that gentleman. Very dark... A vibe, energy, I can't put it any better than that. There was just a darkness about him. Do you know what I mean?
I've never spoken to him.
No, I've never spoken to him, and I've never met him, and I didn't speak to him today, but I was there and I was watching him. It was a small, small TV studio, and I was watching him, play his buffoon thing. I just felt a really negative energy coming off him.
All politicians are the problem. They are our political servants. They're not going to tell us that they're redundant. We have to tell them that they're redundant.
Hey, George, listen, we're coming to the end of the show, and I've got a couple more callers and a bit of business. Give me a call tomorrow, a bit earlier if you can, and we can talk for a bit longer, and we can kind of, talk about where this event is happening on the 14th, and we can give it a bit of a plug. Are you around tomorrow?
Yes.
But I'm on between 10 and 1. Give us a call a little bit earlier if you can, and we'll spend a bit more time chatting.
I look forward to it. I didn't know you won. I thought you weren't coming back till next...
No. I was off last week, then I had a couple of days off this week just because I wasn't very well. But I'm back, and I'm back tomorrow at 10 o'clock at night.
And you're going to help me to change the world.
Well, listen, I'm certainly going to help you to have a go at changing the world, yes.
No, because the Wonder Party is going to be made up of music bands.
Yeah.
And every band will become its own party and get its own followers. And all together, it's a musical. And we're playing for a world of wonders.
George, let's speak tomorrow, mate. I look forward to it.
Lovely.
Take care, fella. Ta-ta. I love George. What a nice calming soul.
I'm looking forward to a change of government.
Sarah and Barry, stay there. Come to you after this.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Talk Radio.
We have ways
well done.
of making
And
you
Tina,
talk.
his dad likes him.
This is where the story begins.
Augusta National, where the only thing predictable is the
Start
unpredictable.
tidying up.
Where risk brings reward.
Pace, it's excellent pace, it's good line, and McElroy birdies the 72nd.
Where the fearless are favourite.
Tiger's got it, he's still got it.
Tiger's got it.
Heroes live. Sky Sports Golf. The only place to see all 4 days of the 2018 Masters live.
What's down the back of your sofa? Half a pretzel? That long-lost TV remote? But what if you found a wad of cash? Now we're talking. Or what about a goose that lays golden eggs? It's nice to get more than you expected. New Euro Millions hot picks from the National Lottery. Pick and match 3 balls and win £1,500. Play every Tuesday and Friday. Prizes are fixed, subject to capping. Rules and procedures apply. Players must be 16 or over.
Avoiding your DIY, Ron Seal will now help get it done. With powers of persuasion. Concentrate on the brush strokes. Back and forth, back and forth. Feel your own hand moving. Protecting your fence for 5 years with Ron Seal Fence Life Plus. It goes on so smoothly, even on damp wood. Now, just do exactly what it says on the tin. Ron Seal. Do the DIY.
So, I think you might have forgotten about me. I'm up here on the ceiling. Your smoke alarm? Maybe I've slipped your mind, but the thing is, I might not be working. That means I might not be able to warn you if there's a fire. I know I sound anxious, and you might not realise it's a matter of life and death, but if you think about it, it kind of is. So, how about you just press my button, make me beep, then we can all rest easy. What do you reckon?
Smoke alarms. They need to work to keep you safe. Press to test. Monthly is best.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Right. Paul Ross is on at 1 o'clock, so let's get these calls. Let's go to Sarah. Good evening, Sarah.
Oh, hi, Ian. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm just phoned. I just want to know, are you okay? That's all, really.
I'm okay. My ankle is really starting to kill me now, but I've just been told if I take some paracetamol for the next couple of days and keep it up when I'm not, it'll be all right. It's not broken or anything. It's just a sprain. I'm just embarrassed, and I'm embarrassed more than anything, and it's all on the online things, and it's.
Did anyone see you do it though? That's the embarrassing.
No one saw me go down. Plenty of people saw me come up, but no one saw me go down. That's
the biggie.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm just, listen, it comes to something when me falling down a well is not the most embarrassing thing I've done in the last 6 months. It really does, so I'm all right. I'm all right. I will have a laugh about it tomorrow.
Good. I'm just checking that you're okay with yourself, because
yeah, I'm all right.
You said on your Twitter feed that you're not going to have any more callers on Monday, and I'm thinking, Ian, don't do it. Just do what you normally do. Don't let them get the better of you.
Yeah, well,
does that make sense?
It does make sense, but the decision has been made from Monday. This is just a show. It's not a phone-in show. It's just a show.
Oh, please, Ian, don't. Go on, just... Because don't worry about what everyone writes about it. Just rise above it. You're better than them.
Exactly.
Just don't read
They should rise. They should try and rise above me, I think is what you're trying to say there.
Yeah, maybe. But what does Kath say? What does Kath say about it?
I don't know.
I say I'm fed up of talking to him as well.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, I think you should do what you're doing now and carry on it, and don't worry about what other people think, because you're on a...
Well, but then that would be me worrying about what you think.
Yeah.
Well, don't worry about what I think.
Well, I'm not.
We're cool with what we think.
I'm not worrying about what you think, so I'm not going to take any callers.
Oh, please take
I'm going to follow Julia Hartley-Brewer's lead and just speak to no one.
Oh, no.
Literally. No. Well, no.
Well, don't you have a button there that, like some radio stations, they have the button and they just cut the caller off?
Yes.
Can you not do that? And have the red
hang
button?
on. I have got a button. Hang on. Is it this button? Let's go to Barry. Good evening, Barry.
Hi there, Ian.
Hello, Barry.
Yeah, just a couple of words. A little bit concerned about Jonathan. He phoned in the Mike Graham show today.
Oh, yeah.
I was rambling on about something with Brexit, but at the end of it, they said, you doing anything nice for the holidays? And he said, well, I'm packing. To which they said, where you going? He said, well, no, it's not about that. He said, I'm just in a bad place at the moment. So a little bit concerned about him, actually.
That Mike Graham?
Yeah, not Mike Graham. No, Mike Graham looks after himself. He's a bit like you know.
Hang on, who are you concerned about then?
I'm a little bit concerned about Jonathan.
Oh, Jonathan. Right, sorry, I'm back with you now. Yeah. See, this is what I was saying earlier on. Yeah, I know. He's welcome to call in at any point. We never phone out and check up on people. People call in as and when they see fit, and maybe he'll call in tomorrow. The last chance he's got to call the show. So hopefully he'll call in tomorrow and let us know what's going on.
Yeah, it'd be nice. I just hope the guy's all right. Yeah, and just to say, your new no-calling policy.
Yes.
I think it's all about what you do. You're very unique.
It ain't what you do. It tain't what you do. It's the way that you do it.
Well, maybe so. Yeah. I think people will still listen in just to see where you're taking it, where it's going.
Where I'm taking it, Barry. Thank you very much indeed. Did you know what the word taint meant, Paul, in American?
I didn't. Like a taint or something, a kind of something that's been spoiled or tainted.
No, it's not. It's like I discovered it's a common word in America. It's the perineum. The bit between
the taint.
Yeah, it's called the taint. Yeah, it ain't either or.
It's the betwixt and between.
Yes, it's the word taint.
Wow.
And I must admit, now I feel like a 12-year-old schoolboy.
Is this some kind of Puritan language, do we think? It must go back centuries, but it can't be or is it hillbilly? It's kind of Jed Clampett language.
I now feel like
one thing nor t'other.
The kid in the playground that's learnt the new swear word
Wow.
that no one else knows. How are you, Paul Ross? You all right?
Not too bad. How's the foot?
It's a little bit sore. It's the ego is more bruised.
The ego has landed. In fact, in your honour, the tabloids are about to be all over this because they follow you, as we know, like seagulls following a fishing trawler. I've compiled the top 5 countdown of songs they've put in the sun.
Here we go.
At number 5, Wishing Well.
Yeah.
Number 4, Buddy Holly's Will I Ask You. Farewell Is a Lonely Sound.
Yeah.
Number 2, Another Brick in the Well.
Oh.
Funny up. Number 1, Lionel Richie. Well, is it Lee you're looking for?
Hey! Yes, Paul Ross.
One jump ahead of the sun there.
Paul, I'm filming an episode of The Chase in a couple of weeks.
Oh, right, okay.
And I've been told that have you been on The Chase?
Yeah, we won $100,000 for the charity.
I told you were like a machine on there, and you just destroyed everything.
I was on with John Thompson. I've done I did Eggheads and won Eggheads with him.
Is he a bright lad?
He's a top. I mean, he's a history nut. He's obsessed with monkeys and apes. And we had one question came up about Capuchin monkeys, and he had that little cheeky Mancunian. I said, I've got this one in the bag.
Oh, really?
We beat the beast. He was a lovely fella, Mark Rabat.
Yeah.
Got $100,000 between us.
Hey, flipping heck, that's not bad.
Bizarrely, they sent the cheque to me personally for my $25,000 share, and I had one of those heart flip-flop moments, thinking, not that I would take it away from this, but for the moment I'm thinking, that's a nice car and a nice holiday. But in the end, I had to pay it.
Well, but I'm assuming you got some photos of you holding it. And
actually, I didn't think of that. No, I got slightly nervous and sent it straight back to them. I said, please make this payable to whoever it was.
Not mine.
Fight for life, not mine.
What is on your show tonight? Please, Paul Ross.
We are talking Bob Dylan on the show tonight.
Oh, yeah.
With a bit of a twist, because there's a brilliant documentary on tonight about his 2 albums, 79, I think, and 80, 81, Slow Train Coming and Saved.
The Christian albums.
When he found the Lord.
Yeah.
And he toured, and I didn't realise it. And it was filmed with the great gospel singers, and they've done a documentary for Arena tonight, 10 o'clock film for BBC.
Mate.
And what they've done is they've written or borrowed sermons that an actor is saying between the songs.
Yeah.
So it's like a proper arty 70s BBC documentary. It's a bit of a celebration on Dylan on the show. And a melon twister, they found a galaxy which they think has no dark matter, and we've got our favourite Andy Lown from the Interplanetary Society. I know this is going to be a big one for me tonight. I can't wait.
My brain is fizzing at the thought of that. Well, Paul Ross is on at 1 o'clock. We'll be back tonight at 10. Until then, ta-ta.
Talk Radio.
Goodbye, Periscope.